Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to do the analysis of the most loved topic, that is cricket. And in that we are going to do the IPL analysis from 2008 to 2020-25. So right now this year, it was a 2025 season in which RCB owned their first IPL title. And based on that, we have created this entire dashboard. So it's an completely dynamic dashboard. All the images which you are seeing in front of your screen, those are all dynamic with respect to whatever season we are seeing or whatever season we will be selecting in this dashboard for that particular IPL. It will give us the stats based on that season, and everything will be dynamic, right? So this will be an advanced dashboard where you will be learning so many functions, so many DAX calculations, so many how to do the dynamic imaging and all those things, right? Here we are also going to see the advanced data modeling as well. So because this is a multi-table table, we can say a multi-table dashboard. If you can see the data modeling which we have done here, you can see this is an advanced data modeling. So this we are going to make use of this as well. And also I will help you on operating this particular dashboard. So first I will tell you what is there or what are the components available on this dashboard, so what we have added. So at the top you can see this is the title. Then we have the champion, right, who won that particular season, who was the champion of that particular season. His logo is present over here. Similar way, who was the runner up, right, and his logo. All right. And the higher level stats in this particular season as well, like how many were the sixes hit, how many were the total force, how many total matches were being played, how many teams were involved, how many of players made half centuries, how many of them made centuries, and how many total venues, or we can say stadiums, were involved in this entire season, right? And then the most important, we are going to see the orange cap stats. Who was the orange cap player, how many runs he made, and which team he representing, right? And his image, right? And obviously it will be dynamic. I will show you how we are operating the filter. Similar way, we are showing the purple cap stats. Similar way, who is the purple cap holder, the wickets he took, and the team he was playing for, right? Similar way, the total force in season, who hit the most number of force and who hit the most number of sixes. So it's his number of force and number of sixes and the team name and the player name, and as well as the images as well, right? So these are all information that we are going to add on this particular table, and most important thing, we are going to create a points table as well, right? And this points table is very much dynamic, and so many advanced things are involved in this. You can see in the matches played and all those things. And if I show you, there are so many high level, or we can say um, advanced DAX are being involved, right? So this kind of DAX we are going to write in this particular for in this particular dashboard. You can see these are the long DAXs, right? Similar way for season runner up, season won, and all those things, right? So many DAX calculations we are going to write a long DAX calculation. I will explain you everything in this particular dashboard. And for freshers, you can add this particular dashboard in resume, right? And many people will say that this kind of stats are already present on on websites of different IPL or ESPN. But guys, I know that it is present over there. So this is a learning dashboard, right? And with the data, how you can create this kind of dashboard is very much important, right? If you are trying to learn more and more things by learning this dashboard or creating this dashboard, it will be helpful for you in real time, because most of the ways or most of the procedures which we are going to do in this particular dashboard, the same you will be following up in your real time projects or your industrial projects, right? So it's not that always you have to do this kind of projects. Sometimes you have to do real time of, or we can say social kind of projects also. You will learn so many things from that. All right. So this is the dashboard. Now I will help you by operating. So these were 2025 stats. When I changed it to 2024, you can see the champion was KKR. The logo has been changed. Runner up is SRH. The logo has been changed, and all the stats are also been changed over here, right? You can see based on that, the images will also change. Getting or not? So this is how it works. And similar way, if I go to 2023, you will see the stats of 2023. Similar way, all the way, if I go to 2020, 2008, you will see the 2008 as well, right? Similarly, if I go to 2016, 18, whichever you want to see, all the seasons data is been present over here. And as I told you, this is a complete dynamic dashboard, and it will help you in creating and building, this particular dashboard through different, I can say, DAX and different layouts, which we are going to learn. Many things we are going to learn, I mean to say, right? So also we have added here the links of different websites that you can just click. So you will go to those particular, and you can see that particular entire more statistics of that particular teams or of that particular season as well, right? So this was an just overview of everything what we are going to learn in this particular dashboard. And obviously we are going to make use of this particular data model. Similar way we are going to make use of multiple files which you can see in front of your screen. So I won't spend much time on this because the introduction goes very long, and I want to jump directly on what we are going to do in this particular entire project. So it will be a start to end project, and it will be done in, as I told you, it will be done in Power BI, and you can use many other softwares also. You can do it in Tableau, you can do it in Excel, you can do it in SQL, you can do it in Python, other AI tools also, the machine learning model also you can apply. You can apply the AI agents also to get all those particular dashboards. So right, so who the people who are doing data science, they can use this kind of data, and they can create this kind of statistics in their own tool which they are learning, right? So it is possible in all the data handling tools or data analysis tools or data science tools as well, right? So now let's jump to our requirements what we have. So based on that, we will be trying to create this entire dashboard from start to end. So now let's jump to our business requirements or the problem statement which we have for this particular IPL analysis. So as I told you, we have the data from 2008 to 2025. The data, or I can say, to download the data and use in your system and do your analysis. The link is added in the description box from where you can download and you can perform this particular analysis with me. And or you want to do it in your own way, you can do it, right? Then these are the business requirements where we have an objective to create an interactive Powered BI dashboard, which will provide us the insights of performance of different IPL teams from 2008 to 2025. Right. So there are some primary KPIs which we are going to design in this particular dashboard. As I gave you an overview of the dashboard, the first thing which we are going to do here is we are going to find out the winner team or a champion team, and the main important thing over here is the business requirement is to enable users to select any season, right? So we are going to provide an season selector, right, where he will select that particular season. So that will be an global filter which will be available on our dashboard. So based on that global filter, all this particular primary KPIs as well as the secondary KPIs will be performing. All right. So here what we are going to do here is we are going to first find out the winner team as well as its dynamically displayed team logo. When I say dynamic, what does it mean? That as we are changing the season in our IPL, or we can say in the IPL dashboard, then that particular winner team we will get the in front of us, like RCB is there, so its logo should be displayed. Whenever a season winner is CSK, Chennai Super King, or Mumbai Indians, his logo should be displayed and it should be dynamically changing. All right, and the same way you have to do it for runner-up team as well, right? So who was the runner-up team? That way you have to do it for that particular for that particular team as well, and the dynamic logo also should be for that. All right, so these are our primary KPIs. I won't go deep into these KPIs because every one of you know how is cricket, and everyone might have watched IPL and how it is working. So the business requirements or the domain knowledge you might already have, so I won't waste much time on this. Then we are also going to find out the secondary KPIs, right? So again, I will tell you, this will be also based on a season which is selected by the users. We have to find out total 6 hit in that particular season, total force hit in that particular season, the total matches were played in that particular season, how many teams participated, total centuries, or we can say 100 or more than 100 runs which are been created by any player. So how many numbers of players made centuries. So in overall season we have to find that. then how many of hop centuries were done, and how many of total venues were used, how many stadiums, and I can say in which cities this particular matches were taken place, right? So this all information we are going to find in this particular as a part of secondary KPIs. Then moving forward, we are going to find out some season stats. Again, I will tell you these are also based on the season which we are selecting in our dashboard. So we are going to first find out is the orange cap stats, and as I told you, based on that we are going to find out the orange cap holder name. So everyone might know what is the orange cap. Orange cap is nothing but in that particular season, which player made the highest runs, right? So that person is awarded with the orange cap. So that's the award given in this particular IPL for that particular season, right? So we have to find out the orange cap holder, the total runs he scored in that particular season, the team that player represented, and its player image, right? And again, it should be dynamically rendered as the season will be changed by the user. Second, we are going to find out the purple cap stats. So purple cap is used for a player who has taken maximum number of wickets in a season, right? So here there is a typo mistake that it should be a purple cap holder. So ignore that. So then here total, it should be not total runs, it should be total wickets he took in that particular season. Then it should be the team name he represented, and the player image which should be dynamically rendered. Then we also have to find out the total fours which were hit in the season, then his player name, then or we can say the player name who hit that total number of fours, how many fours he hit in that season, the number we have to find out. Team name, we have to find out the team name, and we also have to find out the player image, right? Which will be dynamically rendered. The same way we have to find it for the total six. So I will just change it. So there are some typing mistakes. Sorry guys. And this should be wickets. All right, in this way, right? So the total six which were hit in the season. So the total six, how many six he hit in the season, the number we have to find out, the team name which the player has represented, and the player image also, which should be again dynamically rendered based on what season or what season we are selecting, what the user or what season the user has been selected. All right. So these are the different stats which we are going to find out, which are in every IPL season, I guess. So that we are going to find out the orange cap, total fours, purple cap, and the total sixes. All right. Next, moving forward, we are going to find out the points table, because based on the points table only we identify the top four teams, right? And those top four teams go ahead and play qualifier 1, qualifier 2, eliminator, and then they play the final, or we can say the final match in which the season winner is been selected. All right, and based on that, what we are going to do, we are going to create a table based on his logo, the team name, we can say team logo, team name, how many matches that team played, out of how many match he played, how many he won, how many he lost, how many were of no result. When we say no result, it means the match was not at all played. It may be due to rain or any other conditions. How many were tie, right? So tie, we usually have a super over for a tie. Then after super over, who won, that also the points would be calculated, and then the total points, right? So in this way we are going to find out all these particular this particular fields which will be there in that particular table. And obviously total points, how those are calculated, we know that if the team has been won, it will be given 2 points. If there is a tie and if super over is not been played, then it will be 1, right? So that is how the stats are done. Plus, if there is a no result, if there is a rain or with or due to any other condition the match has been not played at all, then it will be 1. That is nothing but each team will be given 1 point. For tie also, each team will be given 1 point if super over was not conducted, right? So based on that, we are going to create this particular dashboard. So these were the business requirement. And moving forward, guys, this is very important. Many people watch the video, but they just watch, they do not subscribe. So I request you to please go ahead and subscribe, because you can see the not subscribe percentage is 84, and people who watch and just go, um, I just request them that just please go ahead and subscribe. It's free. Go ahead and like this video, comment if you appreciate, comment if there is any suggestions, if there is any way I can increase, or if I know I can improve. Obviously my English is not so good. I'm trying my best to deliver you guys, but I'm improving day by day, and I'm learning so many things. So just bear with me. And so I just request you to please go ahead and subscribe the channel, and you can share it with your friends as well, and turn on the notification bells so that you will get the notification of such kind of projects, interview questions also, videos I create, and projects on many other tools also, like Tableau, Excel, Python. And in near future I will be creating more videos on AI, data cleaning, data engineering. So I'm in planning to do those as well, right? So just go ahead and subscribe the channel. I'm sure you will be getting so many knowledge from this particular videos, from this particular channel. All right. So now let's move ahead with our data walkthrough. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I will give you a preview of my entire Power BI video course, which is from basic to advanced, where you will learn everything, and it is for everyone. If you are a fresher, if you are working in an industry, if you have a knowledge of different domain, and if you want to switch to Power BI, then this is a course which is taught from basic to advanced. Okay, everything is covered in this particular course. Okay, and if you are interested in this course, the link is available in the description box. Everything is available over there. Okay, so you can see this is a preview of the course which I will give you. I will show you entire syllabus which is available in this entire course. Okay, and everything that is been taught in this entire video. Okay, or entire complete video course. And with this video course, I have included DAX as well, from basic to advanced, Power BI service also, who do not touch, or I mean, many of the creators do not touch because they do not have experience in Power BI service. So I have created this course based on a industry standard, right? So whenever you will be working, the same things you will be working on in whenever you will be working on real-time projects. And if you're doing this complete course, I'm pretty sure that you will be able to clear the interviews and do the projects as in real time, right? As well as this project or this course entirely include where I will be provide you different interview questions, right? Interview questions will be provided to you, scenario based, level 1, level 2, level 3, everything is there, right? Scenario based interview questions video also I will provide you in this, right? Also, this includes DAX, Power BI service, data cleaning, data modeling, everything. So I will just show you. So you can see this will be the course where you will be doing, or you will be learning everything. This is the preview of the course. Okay, and when I click on this, you'll be able to watch it on TopMate itself, right? And there are different options available to change the quality also. Okay, and the first model which I've taught here is data import. Okay, from Excel file, from CSV file, from different folders. Then what is mean by import query, and or direct query? So the difference between that, which is very important. Then what are the different types of data types, and what are the different field categories available, right? How the summarization work in Power BI, how we can change the aggregations as well, which is normally used in Power BI for different projects. Then what are the different file formats, right? The PBIX, PBIT, PBIDS, all this will be also taught to you. Then what are the different hierarchies, how to create hierarchies, and based on hierarchies, how to use drill up and drill downs, right? Then different charts, you can see 3 hours of video, more than 3 hours I have spent on chart. So you can see all levels of like 29 charts are being taught. Everything which is available in Power BI, advanced charts, custom charts, everything is being taught, right? Then how to use sorting, column level sort, visual level sorts, right? Then filters are also available, visual level filter, page level filter, report filter, right? You can see top end filter, date filters, everything is been taught, right? Then apart from filters, slicers are also available, right? Dimension, measure, date, button slicers, list slicer, everything is been taught over here. Also, you can see group and pins, which is very important, and most of the people do not learn it, but it is very, very important how to create groups, how to create bins, right? Then how to create parameters also, right? Field parameters. What if analysis, nothing but numerical parameters, how to create them, how to use them, everything is been taught. And this is with an example. You can say field parameter. I will teach you this with an example, right? Then 1 hour of data cleaning video, right? So you can see 13 videos are there in data cleaning, how to clean the data, and this you will see completely by using Power Query, right? We will be actually doing some hands-on on this with Power Query, right? Everything related to data modeling, also more than 1 hour of video for data modeling. What is a date table? What is a calendar table? Then how to arrange different tables, what is fact and dimensions, how to identify them, and what is star schema, snowflake schema, cardinalities in Power BI, active inactive relationships. And we will also create a brand new data model with a real-time data, right? Here you can see in this video we will be actually creating a brand new data model, right? And so here also we will be actually creating two data models. You can see multiple, like 6 to 7 tables will be there on which we will be actually creating a data model. Okay, then we will look for DAX, right? So introduction to DAX is there, right? What is calculated measure, what is calculated column, calculate function, then aggregate functions. You can see 11 types of aggregate function with examples, with concepts, all the syntax, everything will be taught. Then after that, the most important are logical functions will be taught, right? Everything from basic to advanced. Very important date and time functions like year, date, edate, date, div, date value, weekday, week num, today, now, everything will be taught, right? And this is the most important, that is time intelligence, because most of the time you will be working on this only, right? We will see how to use calendar auto, how to create date table, then date add, dates YTD, dates period, same period last year, previous day, previous month, next day, next month, start of the month, start of the quarter, the most important, that is total MTD, total YTD, right? So year to date relations, whatever or calculations are there, we will see everything in this, right? Then filter functions, that is all selected, all except, remove filter, lookup value, rank, row number, first and last, that also we will see. Then in DAX you'll also see text functions, right? So you can see concatenate, exact, find, and many more are available. And in this I will be adding more functions like user relationship functions. And I will be continuously updating this module. So if you once purchase it, you don't have to purchase it again and again. It will be available for you, and you just have to cross check it, or see in every month or every 15 days what new things I'm adding over here, right? Then there are some visual calculations which was newly added in Power BI, right? Then here is Power BI service, how to publish your report, what is service architecture, what are different roles on Power BI service, then what is a semantic model, what is a gateway, how to schedule a refresh, what is a row level security in Power BI service, right? How to publish to web, everything we will see. Then few AI modules also, AI images also, or AI charts also in Power BI, how to use them. So AI will be also taught for you in this, right? Then at the end I will be creating two advanced level projects, right? Uber analysis and meta ad analysis, right? So this I will be also taught to you. Then at the end you can see some important notes also I will be providing to you, right? You can actually download this. Okay, this is a complete syllabus. Okay, then you will also get some interview questions also. You can see interview questions. These from here you can see at the bottom, you can actually download all of these interview questions. You can use them, save it in your PC, save it in your mobile phone, so whenever you have time you can download it. And then Power BI complete material also. So this is the drive link on which you have to go. So I'll just copy this, and if I paste it over here, you can actually download the Power BI projects. Power BI material is available, all the notes, DAX notes are there, data modeling, data warehouse, interview questions are also there, you can see real time Power BI scenario questions. Okay, also you can see level 1, level 2, basic, freshers, advanced levels. So many interview questions you will be seeing over here, right? So this is how the Power BI complete course is there. Along with it, okay, I have also created a 21 Power BI projects complete course. In this, you will be actually seeing a video course on different domains of projects, right?
So you can see these are the different domains of projects which I have created. All of them are having video. More than 48 hours of content is there, where you will be provided with data also. You can see at the bottom, you can actually download this data. You can actually use this for your project. You can do whatever I am doing in real time. So these are the projects from start to it, and these are advanced level projects, right? So you can actually see what projects are available, right? And if you want to see this, actually you can see, if I go back, you can see this is my site, right? So where you can see there is a Power BI complete course which is of 30 hours. I will update this. I have added more modules in this, right? And here is a complete package in which you will get Power BI complete course plus DAX, which is already available in this, plus 21 power projects. You can see I will update this because I have added one more project. Okay. And if I click on this, right, so you can see there will be a description which will help you to understand what is available. And you can see there is an option available to download a detailed syllabus. If I click on this, you can see a detailed syllabus is available with module wise, which I just demoed you for Power BI course, everything, right? Whatever is taught for you, whatever will be available in the course, right? And at the end, you can see the projects will also there. Why to take this course? And this entire course is taught by me, designed by me. Okay. And if you are looking for specific or individual projects, right, you can also take individual, sorry, not project, individual course. So this is only Power BI complete course. This is a package where you will get complete course plus packs plus 21 Power BI project plus Power BI study material as well, all interview questions which are there. If you want to just purchase Power BI DAX course, which is related or very specific to DAX, then you can take this also. And if you just want to purchase Power BI projects, and then you can take this. So it is customizable. If you want to take as a package, it will be, there will be 700 rupees off on this, because it will be only for 2000. And if you take individual, it will cost you some more money, right? So in this way, this will be very helpful for you into a complete package, but depends on you. Whatever you want, you can go with that, right? And as I told, this will be a complete video course. You can see the syllabus also over here. And as I told, if you are looking for any other materials, there are multiple materials available over here. You can go through that, whichever you like. You can go ahead. If you have any doubts, you can reach out to me. My email and my WhatsApp number are available in the description of this video. You can just reach out to me. You can ask your questions, you can ask your doubts, and we can talk. And if you are satisfied, you can go ahead with the course. But this is the most important, I mean, the end-to-end course which I have created. For Power BI course also, you can, the syllabus is available over here. You can just check the syllabus, whatever is included in this, right? And this is the best course which I have created till date. You can see these are my WhatsApp number and my email ID with which you can reach out to me. Okay. So this was about my Power BI course. And just to tell you, I have also created a SQL course which will be launched in next week, with some projects as well. Some Python projects also will be released. Excel projects will be also released with video. Everything will be with video, not just material. Everything will be with video, will be taught by myself. Okay. And I will keep you posted on that. I will add my YouTube post on YouTube, and as well as on LinkedIn as well, where you will be notified with that. All right. So if you have any question, just reach out to me. And if you are interested in it, the links are available in the description box, from where you can just go ahead and check out my entire website. All right.
So guys, this is the data that we are going to make use of in this particular IPL analysis. So there are four tables which we are going to make use. So first one is ball by ball data. Then we have IPL matches data. Then we have player data, and then there is a teams data. So these are the self-explanatory name of this particular files. But still, I will help you understand what are the different fields available in this particular data. As I told you, this data is available in the description of this particular video. There will be a download data link. You have to go over there, and you have to download all those particular files. All right. So because these are CSV files, so make sure whenever you download, sometimes the formats of dates change over there, right? And because this is already available in my local desktop, and you will be downloading it from Google Drive, it happens that the date changes. So whenever you are doing and opening these particular files, and before doing it in your Tableau, whatever you are going to do, I request you to please go ahead and see all the date formats are there correctly. And when you import it in Power BI also, then also check if all the date formats are in data type only. All right, so that you won't get any mismatch in the result, or you don't get any errors while you perform all the DAX calculations, right? So now let's go one by one. So I will show you the ball by ball data. So this is the biggest file we have. We can also call it as a type of a fact table. So I will just select this and I will just help you understand all the stats which are available, or all the fields which are there. So if I see, there are total 30 fields available in this, or columns I can say, and the row which we have are 2,78,000, right? Or we can say 278k rows are there, and each season ID is there. It means that it is a season. So I will just help you to convert it into tables. So you can see these are the total seasons available. You can see from 2008 to 2005, 2025. Each ball which has been bowled in that particular match, it represents the data of each and every ball. So each row you can see over here, it gives us an information of a single ball bowled in that particular match for that particular season, right? And it gives us the all information. You can see there is a match ID over here, which represents over here as the match number, or we can see a kind of a unique identifier for what is the match played, which will be an connector, or we can see this field will work as a connector for us to do a data modeling when we are bringing all these files in Power BI. Then who was the batter? So when it is said who was the batter, means who was actually playing that particular delivery. It was Ganguly, for example. Who was the bowler? Who is bowling that particular ball? And who was at non-striker end? When I say non-striker end, he is on opposite side of the batter end. Everyone knows it. Who is playing? Okay, which team is been batting? Who is the bowling team? Then what is the over number? So it is the first over, so it will be 0. Like it happens in real time, that 0.1, 0.2, 0.1 will be the first ball, 0.2 will be the second ball, and 0.5 will be the second, and 0.6 will be the last, and then one over will be completed, right? Likewise, so you can see ball number is also there. So in that particular ball, how many runs were created, right? How many extras were there? And when I say extras, it would be wide, it will be no ball, it will be buys, or we can say leg buys, right? So likewise, these are called as extra runs, right? Then how many total runs were taken, then that is there. Then batsman type, if he is a right-handed batsman or a left-handed batsman. The bowler type, he is a left arm or right arm, he is a spinner, likewise, right? So you can see left arm medium. Then we have, is player out or is player not out? So if it is null, then it is the player has been not out. But you can see here SC Ganguly is there. What does it mean? That the player is out, and who is the name of, what is the name of that player, right? Then fielder Sunwald, here you can say Jack Callis, it means that Jack Callis took that particular catch, right? Then wicket, then you can see true. If it is false, then no wicket. If true, then wicket was fouled, right? Then is it a wide ball? Wherever you see true, then it is a wide ball. Wherever you see false, it is a not wide ball. Then you can see no ball. Wherever you will see true, it will be a no ball. False, it is not a no ball. Then whether is a leg by run, you can see here it is true. It means that it was a leg by run. Buys runs means nothing but without hitting it to bat or a pad, whichever runs were taken, those are called buys. Is penalty is nothing but is there any penalty runs involved in this whenever the ball is hit to helmet or likewise, right? So there are many reasons. Then how many were wide ball runs, how many were no ball runs, right? Then leg by runs are there, buys runs are there, right? So likewise, penalty runs, how many penalty runs have been taken? What was the wicket? You can see the kind of wicket is like caught. Here you can see bold, caught, caught and bold, hit wicket, LBW, obstructing the field, or retired hurt, retired out, run out, stump. So these are different kinds of wicket which has been fouled. So these are important for us when we are going to find out the purple cap holder, right? means the total number of wickets which he took, right? Then was there super over, right? So based on this, if it is true, then super over was conducted, and which number of inning this is, whether it is a first inning, whether it is second inning, likewise, right? So that is the total data which we have in this ball by ball. As I told you, in each match and in each season, whichever match has been played, a single row gives us an information of each and every ball played and what are the different stats of that ball it has been maintained in this particular data. So this is one kind of a fact table for us, because all the transaction, all the data has been changing ball to ball. All right, and I will close this now. Click on no save, and I will help you what is the IPL matches data. And always remember, guys, go ahead and always study the data, because without studying the data, if you go ahead and just see and just start doing the analysis, which is a very bad practice, you should never do that, right? So always go ahead first and see the data. All right, then we have this particular IPL matches data. So here there is a match ID. So this gives us an information on each and every match, right? So each row here represents the match information, right? So entire match stats are been there in this particular matches data. So each and every row will gives us then information of each and every match. The previous table we saw, it gives us then information of each and every ball bowled in that particular match. Here it gives us the information of each and every match, or we can say played in that particular season. So this match ID on each and every row will be different. So this will be kind of acting as a primary key for us, and this is kind of a dimension table for us, right? The ball by ball was an fact table for us, right? So here you can see what information we are having. So let's say the total number of fields which we have, or columns which we have, are 24. The first one is match ID, which will be a joining key. Then we have season ID, that is nothing but the season which has been played. You can say 2018 to 2008 to 2025, we have all season. Then how many balls per over were there, right? So it will be 6, right? That won't change, I guess. Yeah, that's not a good information, but still it is there. Then in which city that particular match has been played. So it is Bangalore. What was the match date? Event is obviously IPL. Then what was the match number? So it is 1. Then what is the type of the IPL? I mean it is IPL, so it is the males league. It is a T20 format. Then how many overs that particular season was? It was 2020. Then season again we have over here, which we are going to make use of. The time of this is club. So some information is repetitive and not very informative, because we already know it, but it is still there. Then what was the venue, at which particular stadium or venue that particular match has been played? Like different stadium names are there, like M. Chinnaswamy Stadium is there, which is a home ground for RCB. Then who won the toss, right? You can see RCB won the toss. Then which were the two teams involved against which the matches has been took place? First team was RCB, second was Kolkata. Then after winning the toss, so you can see RCB won the toss. What was the decision, that is whether they decided to field first or bat first, right? Then who won this particular match? So in this team 1 and team 2, who won the match, that was that. And what was the result, right? Whether they won by different number of runs, or whether they won by wickets, right? So here you can see they won by 140 runs, and in some cases they won by 7 wickets, like is there, right? Then there is a player of the match, but in player of the match you are just having the number, right? But this number will be working as an key for us to help to join a different table, which we are going to see in a minute. So this is a key for us to join. So these are just numbers which will be joining, so it will give us the player information, right? And what was the result, right? So whether the result was win, whether it was a tie, or whether it was a no result, right? So that is the information we have over here, right? And these are the different stage, right? Stage is nothing but what was that match, whether it was a eliminator, whether it was a final, qualifier 1 or a qualifier 2, or whether, and when we say blank, blank is nothing but it was a league stage match, that you have to understand, right? So this is the all information available in this, and this gives each and every row have the information of each and every match played. All right, so now we'll close this, and I will help you what is the player data we have, right? So All right. Okay. Then we have the player ID. As I told you, the player ID will help us to join this particular table or this particular to a player ID which are available in both the tables, either in IPL data table or that particular table, which will help us to identify man of the match, which will also help us to identify who are the purple cap and all those holders, right? So then who is the player name? What is his batting style, left hand, right hand? What is his bowling style if he is a bowler, right? Wherever you see null, it means that he is not a bowler at all, right? Or he just do batting, he does not bowl. His fielding positions, right? Most fielding position what he use, whether he's a wicket keeper or what other positions, this is not very helpful for us, but it is still there. We have also player full name, and this is duplicated, so you can just delete this other player. We can see the information which is available over here. Then we have player image, right? So not all players images I have added over here, because you can see the total players are more than 750 players are there, around 800 players. We do not find the information of all the player images over here. So whichever I have added over here, and which are important for us, only those I have added, so that we can make use of them to help us to get the images, right? So this is important. Each and every row have a different player information. So again, this is also a kind of a dimension table, or we can say a kind of, we can say, uh, I mean dimension table only. So we call it as a dimension table or information table also, right? So I will close this, and then we have teams data, right? So this is a straightforward information. So we have a team ID which will help us to join this particular team ID to a different column which we have in other tables, and the team names, right? So these are the total teams from 2008 to 2020-25. Many teams were there. Many teams name has been changed later, but we have all those informations here, right? Then the short name, just to have the short names, like to call it as Royal Challengers Bangalore, we can just call it as RCB, or so likewise, just the short forms. And we have images of all these particular teams over here in the form of links, right? So this is all the information we have, and this is the data we have. As I told you, always remember, go ahead and first study the data. What is the level of information the data is holding? Highest level of information, lowest level of information, how the data is flowing from top to bottom, the higher granularity, lower granularity, everything should be studied. Once the data is studied and once you have the domain knowledge, then and then you will be able to create a dashboard. And this is not only for this particular project, this is for any and every project that you will be doing in future, or you will be doing right now. Whatever it is, you have to first study the data. All right. So this is the data we have which will be making in use, and now we will start making our dashboard. So now let's start our design. So this is the dashboard that we are going to make, and I will just go over here and I will take a blank worksheet for me. So you can also start doing this particular thing now. Always remember that update your Power BI to the latest version. So whatever I am doing, it will be available for you also. So I'm using the latest version which is available. Now what we have to do is we have to import the data. As I told you while giving you the data information, that this particular data is having a CSV file, or it is in the form of CSV. So what we have to do is we have to get use of flat file connection or a CSV connection. So once you are in a home tab, right? So you can just make this bigger. So go to the home tab ribbon, and here you have an option called get data. So when you click on this, you have an option here called text or CSV, right? So I'll just click on this, and there are two types ways that you can just import a folder, or you can do it by one also. It's up to you how you want to do. So I'll just go over here, and as you are a beginner, or many of you already, if you already know, then do that. But many of us are beginners, so I will just click here and I'll just open that file, right? So it will take some time to load the data, and once it is load, you can see it is giving us the some information of the data, that is nothing but first 200 rows, just to check it. So I know everything would be okay. Just I will just go ahead and click on load data. So it will take some time to load the data because it is a big file. All right, so now the data is loaded, and if you want to see the data, you can go over here in table view, and you can see this is the data. And as I told you, go ahead and check the date formats. So in this particular ball by ball data, we don't have any date, but still I recommend you to go ahead and check the data, or we can say the name of that particular, I mean to say the data type of that particular date which we are going to involve or make use, right? Then we have to add one other files also. I will just go in home again over here, and I will just go over here and I will just click on text or CSV file, and we'll just import all other files as well. And I will just click on load. So you can see this file is also been loaded. Next, I will just go to text CSV and I will load this file as well. I'll just click on load, and the last one, that is Teams data, and just click on load. So now you can see here all the data has been already been brought into our Power BI. You can check all the data. So you can just click on this particular files over here and you can check all the data which has been brought. As I told you, just check the data type of this. When you see if it is a date, make sure it is a date format only. Otherwise, it sometimes will not give you the correct results, right? So this is the date we have, and the data we have imported now. Make sure to check all the dates, and as I told you, I'm repeating it again and again. Now next thing what you have to do is make sure the data has been imported correctly, and make sure all the data which you have imported, there are no discrepancies in the data. So you have to do it in real time also whenever you are doing working on any project in future. But for this particular data, all the data is already cleaned, and when I say the data is cleaned, we don't have to do any data cleaning process over here. But as I already and always tell you, just go ahead and go to home ribbon over here and just see if every column or every row in this particular table does not have any errors. So how you do that, you have to just go on transform, go in home ribbon and just click on transform. When you do it, you will be brought to a Power Query editor over here, and you have to go in view and you have to just check these two columns, that is two check boxes, that is column quality and column distribution. It helps you to find out if there is an error over here. But wherever you see error, it should be always 0%. There can be empty values, right? So it does not matter. I mean, based on the business requirements, there can be empty values. So empty where you can see 1%, 2%, it is nothing but blank values in your data, right? But make sure error should not be there anywhere. If there is an error, you will not get the correct results. So make sure and check it for each and every data, right? So you are right now seeing it for this particular IPL matches, then you can see it for players data also, right? So make sure and go ahead and see it properly. All right, for teams data also make sure error is 0%, right? Blank values can be there as I told you, but error should not be there. Once you checked it, go to home ribbon and here you have to just click on close and apply. That is nothing but whatever changes we are making in Power Query, when you come back to your Power BI desktop, all those changes to the data are being brought in your Power BI desktop, right? So this is a good feature we have where you can go to Power Query on the go, and you can just make all the data changes, whatever you have, the data cleaning changes, and you can come back to Power BI again. All right. So not many changes that we have to do in data. I have already made it whatever we have to do. And next thing we have to do now, the data modeling of the data. Because if you go to data modeling, you can see there are some auto-generated joins already present over here. But we have to correct those and we have to create our, we can say data model correctly so that we are getting the correct results. And always remember, data modeling is heart of the Power BI, we can say dashboards, right? You cannot run away from it. In real time, you have to deal with many tables, sometimes 10, 20, 30 tables, right? So always learn data modeling, one to many relationship, many to one relationship, one to one, many to many. So these kind of questions are asked for you in real time interviews also, right? So we will see now the data modeling part. So now to do the data modeling, guys, so I will just arrange the tables first. So I'll just bring this here, here, this is here, and this is here. All right. So now few relationships are already auto created over here. So I'll just help you understand how they are created. So you can see if I hover over my mouse over here, you can see it is been joined on match ID. But when I click over here on this particular relationship, and here you can see in properties. So from table, that is from ball by ball table, Here you can see we are using a match ID from ball by ball. Here you can see there is match ID. Here this is match ID. So when I hover over my, you can see those two particular joining fields are being highlighted, and from this particular IPL matches table here also match ID has been used, and you can see it is many to one or one to many relationship also we can call it, right? So here it is one to many relationship. All right. So how does this works? How it has been auto detected? So whichever field names are been same in both the joining columns, it always, or we can say any software, Power BI, let it be Power BI, Tableau, it auto detects that relationship and it directly creates it for us without any manual intervention in that. So it is a system generated relationship for us, that is from Power BI. All right. So this is a system generated, which is correct. We had to join match ID to match ID. That is fine, right? Now next we have IPL matches, and then we have to join it to a player data, right? So if you see the data which we have, I'll just help you the IPL data. So here you can see the player data is there, and here you have player IDs, right? Similar way, here you have IPL matches, and as I told you, here we have an information of player of the match. Right here you can see there are different player of the match, and these are also numbers. So based on that only we are going to make our relationship. So what I will do from here, I will just go over here. So you can see there is, and player ID is there over here, and here we have a player of the match, this. So I will just take this player of the match and I will add it on player ID. So, and as soon as you do it, a new relationship is corrected. That is player of the match and player ID. You can see both of these are numbers. So it will have an perfect relationship, that is one to many. And make this relationship active. So this will be always active. Then I will just click on save. Right. So going forward, we are going to also create many inactive relationships. See, always remember, in any two tables there can be only one active relationship, which one. So you can see this is an active relationship, which will be a by default relationship at the start, and which will be a proper relationship where you can directly use those filters and all those things, so that from this will be filtered, from this will be filtered, right? So wherever you see one to many, it will be filtered in this particular direction. You can see these directions are there, right? So you can see filters can be used from these tables, filter can be used from these tables. All right. So this is the way how you do it. So just go ahead and learn the theory about that. I don't think so I have time to explain you all those particular things. The video will be very much long, and I already have created a data modeling complete course. You can go ahead and find it in my channel description, or you can on my channel, and or in the description of this particular video link also. So that you can do, and you can learn how to do the data modeling. I have taken a real-time model over there. All right. So this is the one relationship we created, and next this is already auto created relationship. Here you can see it has been created from IPL matches. It have by default taken team one, and from teams data it have taken team name. But I don't want this kind of relation. I have to change it. From IPL matches, I want a different column. So what I will do, I will just go over here and I will select a winner team, right? So I will just select a match winner team, right? So this is what the relationship I want to make, and this is the team name. This is fine, okay. And this makes sure this is active relationship I want, and I will just click on apply changes. As soon as I do, you can see this relationship has been changed. When I hover over my mouse, you can see the relationship is now based on match winner and the team name. All right. So now this kind of relation I have already made, but going forward, we have to add all other non-inactive relationship also. So you can see these dotted lines are there. So because you can see in this particular two tables, there are some inactive relationship. There were more than one relationship we have added over here. So what does this mean? That apart from this active relationship, there are two inactive relationship, but those are not active. Those can only be made active while we write a DAX calculation, and we have to use a specific kind of function, that is user relationship, to make this relationship active, so that you can perform it in different calculation, and based on that different results can be brought. Similar way we have it over here also. Getting or not? So this kind of you can say uh, the relationship we are going to make in this particular project going forward, right? Right now you won't make it, but going forward, when we are going to do the analysis and based on the different requirements, we will be performing that. All right. And I will also tell you why we are doing that. All right. So now we'll just go ahead and now start our design. So I'll just go into the report view. So this will be the canvas or the report page where we are going to build our entire report. Alright guys, so now we'll start with our design, and first we will do our canvas setting. So this page setting we will do first, the height and width for our page, and all our the holders, key holders, we will add those first. So what we will do first, I will just go over here in format your report page, and here you have an canvas setting, and here I will change it to custom. So I will use a custom height and width for me. So the height I will use it as 1100, and the width I will be using it 2000. Okay, so this will be the height and width, and the vertical alignment I will choose it as middle, so it is vertically aligned at center. So that's what we are going to do. Next thing, we will go ahead and add our holders, right? So if you can see in our dashboard, these holders, the top holder, the horizontal and the vertical one. So first we will add the vertical one. I will just go in insert, and I will go in shapes, and I will be using here the rounded tab both. Okay, so this will be using. So now we have to rotate it because this rounded tops we want it into right side, right? So for that I will just select that shape, go to shape over here, and in rotation here you can see in all you have to just type 270, and so you can see this has been done. So sorry, we want it at the left. Next thing what I will do, I'll just bring it over here, and the height would be, let's choose the height for us. I'll just close this and just select over here and go here, and the height I will choose it as 1065. Okay, so this will be the height, and based on height we'll align it at center. Okay, and next I will just go in shape, and the rounded top corners I will make it as 8%. I will go in style, the color for this I will choose it as hashtag 1D3 D8D. Okay, so this will be the color code which I'll be using. Right now, also the width for this, the width I will take it as 240. Now next we have to add this part, right? So now for this I have already created an image, so I will just suggest you to download all the images which you are going to use. All right, so now we will select the image and just go to here, images used, and this is the picture one. So I'll just select this, and what I will do, I will just go to general, go in properties, and for this the height I will choose it as 90, and the width for this I will just choose it as 1730. Okay, it should be 1730. So first take it at left corner, so then the height will be adjusted. So make it at 1730, right? And now I'll just bring it over here. Right, and just bring it towards right more, and I'll just select this image. I'll go to format, and I'll just click on send to back. Okay, so it is back of this image. Right, so now these are the holders which we are going to use. Next I will add our title also over here, that is IPL analysis. So first I will go in insert, go to text. So this is the text, and I will name it as IPL analysis from 2008 to 2025. Okay, and now make this smaller, and we'll make it to center, and just select all, and we will make this as Sagio bold, and the font which I'll be using will be 36. Okay, and we'll bring it to center over here. All right, and now we will go to properties, effects, will turn off the background, and the color for this we'll choose it as white. Okay, so this is how we do it, that is IPL analysis what we have created over here, that is from 2008 to 2025. So now first we will go ahead and now start our design. And first we will find out our primary KPIs. So if you go over here and based on our requirement, first what we have to find out is the winner team. All right. And also, as I said, we have to find out the logo as well. So now first to find out the winner team, as I told you, we have to use a slicer and it should be a season. Based on that season selected, we are going to find out all the values. All right. So first of all, I will add the slicer over here. So this is the slicer. I will just reduce its size over here and I will place it over here, right? And in from IPL matches data, here you have a season and I will just bring it over here. So this is the season for us. And here what we will do, I will just do the slicer settings. I will use it as a drop down and I will make the selection. We'll just have a single select options, right? So that we are only seeing it for a particular value, right? And from here, I will just go to sort and I will just choose it from descending so that the maximum one is at top, the latest season is at top. And I will just go ahead and select the 2025. Just ignore this blank. We will at the end we will remove that blank. So for now, just ignore it. And we will just select the season first as 2025 now. Alright. So now you can see 2025 season has been selected. And now based on that season, the selected season, we have to find all the information and we will be changing that season. So for now, what I will do, I will just increase the value size so it will be visible for you. Okay, and I will make it as semi-bold, right? Just so let's keep it as 15 so it is visible what season we are selecting. So right now 2025 has been selected over here, and now we have to find out all our KPIs. All right. So now first thing, as per our problem statement, we have to find out who is the winner team. So now how to apply and find out the logic of the winner team. So I will explain you it in Excel first, right? So this is the table. Okay, I will just convert it into table. And this is the table from which we are going to find out the winner team, because this table contains all the information of each match, right? So each match information is present over here. All right. And now at the end, you have a table or a column over here called as a stage, but we will not go to that stage. From here itself we will find out, right? So now we all know, we will just first find out to season 2025. I'll just filter it for 2025 because we have to find out for 2025 season first, and automatically it will be applied for all other seasons. We all know that final match is been played at the end, right? So it will be the last match in our season, so on which that particular final match will be played, right? All other match in between, at the start it would be league matches, then there will be eliminator qualifiers, and the last match will be the final match, right? So based on that, we know we have a match date. So what we will do first, we will identify the last match, or we can say find the last date. So what I will do, I will just, so the season started in March and ended in June. So what I will do, I will uncheck all this. This is the last month, and in that last month, this was the last match, or we can see the maximum date which is available, or the last date which will available for that season is third. And I'll just click on OK, and you can see this match type was final, right? So this was the final match which was been played, and you can see it was been played in the RCB and Punjab, and it was owned by Punjab team, right? So we can see the match winner was Punjab. So based on that only, by applying this logic only, we will also do it in Power BI, right? So for that we will write a new calculation, and I'm writing in IPL matches data, and I'll use a new measure. So make sure you are using a measure itself, right? Oops, sorry. Right. So we are writing a new measure over here. So first I'll make it this to fit to page, and I'll just click apply, right? And I will just write a new measure, and I'll just increase the size so it will be visible for us. So this we will name it as season winner, right? I will name it as season winner. First I will write the entire DAX, and then I will explain you how this particular DAX works, right? So I will be using three variables in this. So first variable I will name it as selected season, right? So this will be selected season is nothing but to call out this value. So whatever value will be selected in this slicer, it will be brought over here, right? So it is nothing but for that we'll use a selected value, right? So selected value, it returns the value when there are more than one value in a specified column, right? But it returns a specific value for us when there are more than one value. So you can see in season there are more than one value, but we want to see only specifically for this. So with this parameter or this slicer, we will call it over here. And the slicer is nothing but what? It is a IPL season. So we will call it as season, right? So this is the season. So whatever value is selected over here, it will bring it over here. Right now it is 2025. So the selected value of this column is 2025, which will be brought over here, right? So this is the first variable. The second variable, I will be declaring it as final match date. As I told you, we have to find out the first match date, which is the final match date. And on that, we have to find out the match winner. So first we will find out the final match date, right? So I will find out the final match date and it will be calculated very easily. We will use a calculate function for that. So it takes two. First is expression. It will find out the what expression we are using, and obviously it should be aggregated, and what filter conditions you have to apply, right? So what we have to find out is the max match date. So I will find out the first max match date, right? So this is the max match date that will be we will be getting it from here, right? Comma, right? I will write on next line. Sorry. I will write it over here so that we'll understand. So max match date on which particular season. So IPL season will be what? We'll just type it as season. So the season on which season's max date we have to find out is nothing but this season. That is Control C and Control V. Nothing but from here it will take this season because the season selected is 2025. So this 2025 value will be brought over here automatically, right? And then we will close this particular bracket. We will declare one more variable that is nothing but final match winner. Now we will find out the final match winner, right? And it will be equal to, we'll use again a calculate function, calculate, find out the max of match winner, right? So now why I'm using here max is because always remember with calculate we have to use an aggregation, but this is a dimension field, right? So we any max, you can take minimum or max, but we are just using an aggregation. We can't use sum over here. So we'll use a max match winner. We want match winner. Who was the match winner? We can see here match winner. We have match winner over here. This, right? So match winner is RCB, and this match winner on this particular final date we have to bring, right? Then we have to apply all those particular we can say filter condition which we applied over here, right? So this first filter and then the second filter, right? So that is nothing but season should be equal to what? The season selected. Control C and Control V, comma, the second filter we will be applying is what? That is nothing but match date, right? So the match date should be what? That is this, the final match date, right? And then we will close this and then we will use return. That is, we will get the final result, that is nothing but final match winner. Yes. Okay, so now I will explain you how this DAX works. So as I told you what logic we are going to apply, we have to find out the final match date of that particular selected season, right? But the selected season is in our slicer, so that slicer value we brought it over here, right? So what slicer has been selected? So this will give us 2025, right? So this will give us 2025 because whatever is selected in that particular season, right? So this will give us the max date of that season, right? So max date for this season was what? It was 3rd of June, right? So this will give us the 3rd of June, that is nothing but the maximum winner, right? Or we can say the maximum date. What this will give us in this will give us the winner team, right? Because here we can see we are finding out the winner team, and based on these two conditions, right? That is nothing but selected season should be 2025 and the final match date should be this. So on these two filter condition, we have to get out the winner team, right? And that is nothing but we have called it at the end. So this is the this particular DAX used, right? And now when I bring a card over here, that is nothing but a KPI card, and this particular calculation, that is nothing but we are getting this particular season winner. So if you go for 2024, it was KKR. For 2023, it was CSK. All the way when you choose 2008, it is Rajasthan Royals, right? So in this way, you will get the season winner of each and every season. All right. So this is how you find out the season winner. Next, what we have to find out is we have to go ahead and find out the that particular logo of that particular team. So now how to find out the logo? All right. So for that, again, we have to write the calculation, right? So what I will do, I will just copy this calculation first, the entire calculation, because we are going to make use of this calculation only. The somewhat the logic will be same, but I will just go over here and I will just create a new measure and I will name it as season winner logo. Okay. And as I told, I will use the same calculation. Just will remove this because it is the name of the calculation. Everything is same. We found out the winner team. Everything will be same. Just here, instead of the final match winner, what we want is we want actually the logo of that particular winner, right? So everything is same. Only at end we will use a lookup value, right? Because we know that the team logos are there in the team's data table, right? We know that. From that we have to grab that particular lookup. So we will use a lookup value and we will use table. What we actually want is image. So we want the image URL, right? From teams data we want the image URL, right? And we will use teams from which particular table we want is we want it is in team name, right? So team data table, but we are using a team name over here because why? This is the joining condition in between the IPL match table and the team data table. On team name we have joined that particular table, so that's the matching field. We have to bring it over here to find out the lookup value, and then on what particular value we have to find it, it is nothing but on final match winner, right? So for this value we have to find out this true date, right? And then we'll just close this bracket, right? So this is how you find out the winner logo. Nothing but we have just brought out the image URL for this particular match winner, and I will just close this. And now when I take this particular card over here, right, and if I go ahead and bring this particular season winner logo, so you can see we are just getting the we can say this particular URL over here, but we are not getting actually this particular, what I can say is the logo of that particular team. For that, what we will do, I'll just delete this and we will use a new card visual. So here from here I will just choose the new card visual. Okay, and this particular season winner you have to select. I will just go to the format over here. So here, so season winner I have selected, and you have to go in date category, and instead of this you have to choose it as image URL. Just go ahead. This is very important step, guys. Whatever tags you have written, go in data category, and so data category is available in measure tools. Go in data category and change this to image URL. As soon as you do, it is, you can see the image URL is there. And now we have taken a new card. Don't take this KPI card. We have to take the new card. The new card, if it is not enabled for you, you have to go in file, you have to go in option and settings, you have to go in options, right? Go in options, then go in preview features, right? Go in preview features, and here you can see the new card visual is checked. If it will be unchecked for you, if it is not visible for you, just check it and just click on OK, close Power BI and reopen it again, right? So in this way you have to find it. Now this is the new card visual which I've used, and now I will just bring that and I will add it over here, right? Still you are seeing a logo, you can say you are seeing that link over here, so that we can now we can do some formattings over here. We can go in images, just select that particular winner logo, right? Turn on the image, and here instead of this image just use image URL, right? And image URL, from where you will take it, you have to take that image URL from the season winner logo and just click on OK. As soon as you do, you can see a logo is seen over here. I will explain you again. What you have to do is I will just delete this again. I will just take a new card visual, because this step is important. Bring that season winner logo over here. You can only see the URL link over here, but we do not see the logo actually. For that, you will go In format visual, you will go in images, right? Here all will be selected. You have to select season winner logo. You have to turn on the image. Instead of image type as image, you have to change this to image URL. Then in image URL, no URL has been taken. So how to take that email URL? Go in effects, and from here you have to select the season winner logo, right? This has been selected, and just click on OK. As soon as you do, you can see a logo has been displayed over here, but we still see this particular values over here, that is logo, I mean season winner logo as the name of this particular KPI card, and this particular text you are still seeing over here. For that, what we will do, we will go in call out values, we will turn off the value from here, and we will turn off the label also from here, right? And then we will just increase it likewise, right? So just adjust it over here, and in this way, this is the RCB, that is a logo present over here. Getting or not? So in this way, you find out the winner team and its logo. So now when you change this, when I change to 2024, you can see KKR and its logo has been changed. 2023 Chennai Super King and its logo, right? In this way, you can select any season, you will get those results. All right. So 2021, you can 2019 Mumbai Indians, 2018 CSK again, 2017 Mumbai Indians again, 2015 Mumbai Indians again, 16 it was Hyderabad, 13 it was Mumbai again, 9 it was Hyderabad, 10 it was Chennai Super Kings, right? So likewise. All right. So it was 9 it was Hyderabad. I'm not sure. Let's see. 2009 who won? It's not showing, but we can find 2009 match winner IPL season. It was Decca charges, but it is converted now to Hyderabad. So doesn't mean so one and the same thing, right? Then 10 it was Chennai, and 2025 it was RCB. All right. So this is the information. Sometimes, and remember guys, this data is not a foolproof data. Some discrepancies might be there. So you have to bear with that. Each and everything, it is not that each and everything should be matched. Sometimes the process of learning is important instead of having an accurate results, right? So accurate, we are getting the accurate results, but few changes or few discrepancies might be there. So just bear with that. All right. So now this is RCB who won. Now next we have to find out the runner-up. But before that, first we will find out the, or we'll just place these KPIs properly, and then we will find out the runner-ups. All right. Okay. Now so we will place this. So for that, I will add a placeholder. So I will take it aside first. I'll go in insert, and I'll just select this particular rectangle. So just let's do some formattings on this. I'll go in general. So height and width, I will choose the width for this as, or so first height as 145, and width I will choose it as 615. Okay, and we'll bring it over here. Right. So we'll go in style. The color we will choose it as white. Okay, and the border we'll choose this, and in shape the rounded corners we'll make it as, let's say, 15, or we'll make it as 10. Alright, 10 is fine. Is it fine? Let's see. Yeah, 10 is fine. And next we will go in style, and we will add the shadow for this. Alright. So just shadow, and we'll make the blur percentage to 30 only. So just make this blur to 30, and now we'll adjust it over here. Okay, so now this background color also, now we will make it just to this particular blue. So I'll just go in canvas settings, and the background color, I'll just copy the code for this, Control C. Okay, so now just click anywhere outside over here, go to canvas settings, go to canvas background. Here the color, I will add the color code as you can copy it, hashtag A0D1FF. Okay, so this is the color code and I'll just hit enter. Okay, and the transparency is 100%, we'll make it to 0%. Okay, now let's see. Transparency, you have to make it as 75. Make the transparency to 75. Right, so this will be the background holders for us, right? 75%, fine. Okay, now we will add this particular things in this particular KPI holder. Now go over here, and in general, first we'll turn off the background for this callout value. The callout value for this would be 25, and the display will make this to Sejo semi-bold. Okay, so is it 25? Let me check once. Yes, it is 25. All right, and I will just, so this is at top. So you mean, so I have to take, instead of this, I will make this card at card new. Just select and make it at card new, and I will go in general back again. So some settings, guys, just bear with me. So now go in cards, turn off the background, turn off the border, and go in callout values again. Sorry, not in layout. Go in callout values. Here make it as 25 and Sejo UI semi-bold. Okay, and make it to center. And the label, I will make it as 15, right? And just reduce it likewise. And we'll just try to bring it over here. Okay, perfect. So now it's gone behind this logo. So just select this logo, go to format, and just click on send to back. And now I'll just select this logo now, go to cards, turn off background, turn off the border. All right, and what else? Effects will turn off the background of this also, right? So, and now go to properties, and for this the height I will choose it as 155, and the width for this we'll choose it as 130. Okay, so now add this logo over here. Perfect. Likewise, so you can see the property is 131, 154, 154, and 131. Okay, or you can increase it manually also, the way you want. All right, and now we'll see if it looks good. It looks fine, right? Perfect. Alright guys, so this is how you create the season winner KPI. Now, next thing what we have to find out, instead of season winner, we'll what do this, we'll name it as champion. Okay, we'll name it as champions. Alright, now we have to find out the runner-up as per our problem statement. So for that, we have to write again a new, I can say, we can say a new measure. So this was the season winner. So what I will do, I will just copy these things because we are going to need it again, and I will explain you why. And I will just write a new measure over here, and I will paste this particular thing. So first I will name it as runner up. So this is runner up for me, and I will paste it again, because why I'm writing this again, we have to find out the final match date, because if you go in our data over here, so here you have to again find out the final match date, but here you don't have the information of runner up, you just have the information of match, who won the match. But now what we have to do is we have to find out from this team 1 and team 2 whichever is matching, right? So let's say this match winner is matched with team 1. So if this is the true condition, right, so that this matches with this, then this will be runner up, because Punjab Kings is the other one, right? Or we can see they are the one who won the match, right? So in this way, what we will do, there are different ways. As I told you guys, there are different ways. You can also choose a filter as stage as final, and from there also you can find it, because that is also one way if you want that particular DAX to work. But as I told you, there are multiple ways of getting your answers. So this is my way how I'm using it. I recommend you to use that particular applying a filter as match type as, or the status of that particular match as final, and from there also you can find that particular values, right? So it does not or it will give you the same results, but this is my way of finding. So what I will do now, we have found out the selected season, because this will be the obvious filter, because we have to find out which is the season selected. Final match date, obviously we have to find out, and we have to find out the final match winner also, right? Now just what we have to find out is we have to find out team 1 and team 2, right? So we have to identify which are the team 1 and which are the team 2. So for that I will write a tax again. So I am finding out the team 1. Okay, and I will use it as is equal to, and you will use the same DAX calculation over here. Control C, and we'll just use the same thing. Just instead of match winner, we'll find here as team 1 first, right? So we are finding out the team 1, and this will be not the match winner now. Okay, and I will just copy this again, and I will paste it over here. And from here, instead of team 1, now you will find out the team, right? Means what? So for that selected season and for that match final date, we are now finding out which were the team 1 and which were the team 2. And now we are going to make a condition here in a such a way that, right? So I'll just find that particular thing for you guys. Okay, I will write one more, or we can just return now. We'll just return our final result. Okay, if condition, right? If final match winner, that is final match winner, if it is equal to team 1, right? So if this is equal to team 1, then I want, that is if this is true, right? So if final match winner is equal to team 1, I will explain you over here. So if this final match winner, if it is equal to team 1, then obviously we don't want team 1 as a runner up, we want team 2 as a runner up, right? So we will make it as team 2, right? So this will be team 2, sorry, right? Then it will be team 2, right? What does this mean? That if final match winner is equal to team 1, then this team is winner, then who will be runner up? Team 2, obviously, right? Else it should be team 1, right? Means what, guys? If this condition satisfies, okay, then the result should be team 2. But if this condition does not satisfy, then it should be team 1. Means what? If final match winner is not team 1, then obviously this should be a runner up team, and that's what we are bringing it over here, right? So I hope you're understanding what I'm telling you guys. We have found out the selected season, we have found out the final match date, and for that final match date, the final match winner we have found out. But we also have to find out team 1 which played that final match, right? So we have find out the team 1, and we have found out the team 2 who played the final matches, this versus this. But out of this two, let's say this was the matching condition, right? So if final team winner was team 1, then obviously team 2 would be runner up. But if this condition does not satisfy, it means that team 2 was the winner, so we want team 1 as an answer. So likewise, this is how the logic works, right? So and I'll just hit enter, close this, and I'll just copy this over here. Same thing. Just instead of champions, I want runner up, right? So you can see runner up was Punjab Kings in 2025. You know the latest season. In last season, Hyderabad was the runner up. Before that, Gujarat Titans were runner up. Before that, Rajasthan was a runner up, right? So likewise, you will get all those answers, right? So here you can see team 1. Here you can see, I will just help you understand how it works. So here you can see the match winner was equal to team 1 which satisfied the condition, right? So then if this satisfies, then we want team 2 as an answer, which we got over here. That is Punjab Kings, right? So in this way you have to find it out, guys, right? So now what we will do, now we have to find out the runner up I will just copy this everything first. Now we have to find out the uh, logo for that. So I'll just create a new measure and I will paste it everything over here. And this calculation, I will name it as runner up team logo, right? Is equal to. Everything will be same. Just instead of this, we have to use a lookup value that we used for a winner also to find out its team logo. So same thing we'll use again. We'll use a lookup value over here. All right. Then we'll use a image URL. We want image URL value, right? Comma, right? From where we want and what it means that nothing but search for which column, right? So column, it should be the column which will be a joining condition in between them. So right, so from team name is the joining condition, right? And for which particular we have to find out, look it for the runner up, right? And we'll just close this and just hit OK. All right, same thing. Now I'll just copy this, Control C and Control V. And now instead of season winner logo, we want runner up winner logo over here. But you can see the logo is been not displayed. So we have to change some conditions. So just select this, come over here, go to images, and here we have to choose the images now. So select this images, turn on the image. Here instead of image, it should be image URL, right? And from here, you should see it for runner up window. Okay, right? So you can see now we have the image URL. Similar way, first make sure click on runner up team logo and make this instead of uncategorized, make this as image URL, right? It works sometimes, but you have to change that conditions, right? So you will get in now the URL of that image also. Now we'll just copy this background placeholder, Control C, Control V, and I will bring it over here. Okay, and now this is the runner up team, and this is the logo for that particular team. Place it properly. Now select this, go to format, and click on send to back. Perfect. All right. So now you can see all this runner up. You can see this particular values we have got here. And now you can see for 2024, champion was Kolkata Knight Riders and runner up was Sunrisers Hyderabad. Right. 2023 it was Chennai Super Kings and Gujarat Titans. Similarly, 2008 champion was Rajasthan Royal and it was CSK was the runner up. So you can find out 13 Mumbai Indians was champion. In 2014, again KKR was and the Punjab Kings. In 2015, champion was Mumbai Indian, runner-up was CSK. In 16, this. In 17, this. Right, so Mumbai Indians and Rising Pune Super Giants. In 2018, CSK and Sunrisers Hyderabad. Likewise, you can find it and you can search for whichever season you want, the champions and the runner-up and their logos which are dynamic, right? So this was our find for how to find the primary KPIs, right? Now we will go ahead and find out our secondary KPIs. Alright guys, so now let's move ahead to our next problem statement. And as per that, we have to find out now the secondary KPIs, right? That is nothing but the total six in that particular season, fours, the total matches played, the total teams which participated, centuries, half centuries, and the venues, right? So for that, obviously we have to create few measures. So first we will start with total six. So I'll just write a new measure over here and I will name it as total sixes, right? So total six, and for that we will be using and function called calculate, and I will explain you first. I will write that particular, or first I will let's explain. I will explain you first, right? So let's go to our data first, right? So this is the data and the information of ball by ball, that is we want to find out the total six. So this is the important table for us from which we are going to gather that particular information. So I'll just convert it into table. So now here you can see there are batter runs. Okay, so now batter runs are important for us. Those are hit to six, right? So that we have to find out, and based on that we will be using that particular calculations, right? So once you find out those batter runs as it is equal to 6, then you will be able to find out all that particular calculation. So for that, I will just go over here and we'll use a calculate, and we have to use a ball by ball data. Okay. first calculate. What we have to do, we have to use aggregation, and we will use the count of rows function. We will all those counts which have batter runs is equal to 6, right? So we have to find out count of rows of which table. We have to find out the count of rows of this particular table, then comma, what should be the filter condition? So filter condition should be the batter runs. Okay, the batter runs should be equal to 6. Okay, comma, right? And oops, so batter runs should be equal to 6, and then we will keep the filters, right? We will use a function called keep filters, and we will use that functions for values. Okay, and this function, that is values, when single column is given, return single table column of unique values, right? So that is nothing but for season we have to find it, right? And I will close the bracket, and I will close this, and I will close this, right? So we have to use by 3 batters. So what's the function I have written here is, um, I've written here, sorry. So calculate count of rows. So we'll count each and every row of that ball by ball data where filter condition is equal to battle run 6, right? And we have to use this particular function, that is keep filters. That is nothing but season filter we are going to use. And that's the season filter which you are going to use, the keep filter for the values of this column, right? The unique values of this column. So that's the reason we have wrote this. I will close this, and then we will bring a marks card, a new marks card we have to use over here. And I will just use this, increase it likewise up to the end, right? And we have found out the total 6. So these are the total 6 hit. So for that you have to convert this into a proper number. So for that I will go in call out values, total 6, and here I will change it to none, right? So you can see. Alright guys, so now next we will also find out the total number of 6. After total number of 6, we'll find out total number of 4s. So for that I will just right click, and I will just create a new measure. And or what we can do is we can use the same measure that we used for 6. So I'll just select this, and I'll just copy this entire thing, Control C, and I'll create a new measure, and I'll paste it over here. And instead of 4, we will 6, we will name it as 4, and instead of 6 you have to just mention it here 4, right? So, and I'll just hit enter and select this card and just add 4s over here. So this is 2k. We can convert this to call out values 4s, and here we can convert this to none. So whatever 6s and 4s you are seeing guys, there might be some discrepancy in the data, that if you check the stats here you might be seeing something different, but actually it should be something different. So 2 3 here and there, or 5 to 6 here and there, that is acceptable, because we will not get the full free data that we would get, because obviously it is the generated data. So somewhere you can do that, because if you check the conditions that we should apply, so let's check that. If you see the ball by ball data, here is the analysis for there, the total number of fours. Okay, so this is the batter runs, right? So obviously the batter runs, if it is 4, then it can be considered as 4. But we don't know if that particular batter ran that 4 runs by running, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4 in running, or he actually hit that particular boundary, right? Because extra runs, we do not count those particular extra runs over here. So that information we don't have here. If that particular fellow or that particular batsman actually hit the 4, or he actually he ran those particular 4 runs, right? So by running here and there. So there is some discrepancies, or there might be some discrepancies in the data, which you have to take that particular in the note. So that's what I want to tell you. All right. So you will never get the full proof data for this kind of social websites on Kaggle or anywhere, because this is taken from Kaggle. You have to directly use APIs and then use that particular data, but I don't want to complicate those things. So we will keep it as simple as possible, right? So these are the total number of fours. And next, as per our problem statement, now we have to find out the total matches played, right? So for that, I will use a new measure. So this is a pretty straightforward thing. So we will name it as total matches played, or we'll just keep it as total matches, right? And so here what we will do, we'll just use a function called calculate, and we will use a distinct count, right? So use distinct count, and we just have to find out match id underscore id, right? So match what we can say, call it as, or we'll just type it as underscore id. So this, right, not season, we want a match id, right? So match id of IPL matches, we'll just use that, and we'll close the bracket and just hit enter, right? So we'll just bring that in visualization. You can see 74 matches were played in 2025. Similar way you can check it for other seasons also, right? So in 2025 74 matches were been played. So this is our next KPI. Next we have to find out the total teams which participated. So for that also, this is also simple. So we'll create a new measure. I will name it as total teams, right? And we will use the same function called calculated, and again we will use a distinct count. Okay, but distinct count of what? Here we can take distinct count of team 1 or team 2, because that particular team has been, it might be playing for other side, or as a team 1 or team 2. So you can directly take the total teams which are involved. It can be, it will be a distinct count of either team 1 or either team. It will give you the same result. So we will take the distinct count of team 1, right? And we'll just hit, right? And then we will hit that, and you will get, so what we will do, it's actually gone down. So here, first go here, go in layout, and in layout just increase the number of cards shown, just increase it to 7 or 8, right? So you can see total teams involved in season was 10. You already know that in 2025, 2021, likewise you can find out that, right? So in 2025 it was 10. Then we have to find out total centuries, right? So the centuries part is a bit tricky. First I will write that particular entire calculation, and then I will tell you how we have found it down. So I'll just write a new measure, and I will name it as centuries, right? So these were the total centuries which were done, and century is nothing but is equal to 100 runs or more than 100 runs, that we will consider as a century. So we'll write a first variable that is nothing but for our selected season, that will be always there, right? So selected season, that is nothing but selected value, we will use that selected value as season, right? All right, so this will be our first variable. Then we'll write the second variable, that is nothing but batter runs, because we have to find out the batter runs, if that particular batter runs have made 100 is equal to 100 or more than 100 runs, right? So for that I will use a function called summarize. Okay, so we all know summarize, or before that, what we will first find out, first we will declare the season data first, right? Because we have to filter out that season data first, and in that season we have to summarize those particular 100 runs. I will explain you, right? So I will first write the season data, right? And in that I will just use a filter function. I will write this particular entire function, and then I will explain you what we are writing. So I will filter it for which table, for ball by ball table, and what should be the filter expression. So that I will just write it over here, and I will be using a function called related, right? So now related is used to return a value, return a related value from another table. So we want to create a value over here, but from another table. From which table? That is nothing but IPL matches table, right? From this particular table, and for which particular I can say which particular column, that is nothing but for season column, right? Because season is important for us, right? And this should be equal to what? It should be equal to selected value. Sorry, this, that is selected season. All right, so our season should be equal to what? Selected season, right? Related is nothing but from which particular table, for which particular field, that is nothing but for selected season, and then we will close this particular bracket, right? So now what this particular filter is doing, or what this particular DAX is helping us to do, is we are filtering out what? Ball by ball data for a selected season, right? So it pulls the rows which are related to that selected seasons, and then filters that particular records, and keep that filter record in this particular, we can say, temporary records in this particular calculation. We found out the season. Next what we have to do is, based on that particular season, get all the data which is there in, or we can say filter all the data in this particular table based on what selected is season, right? That is nothing but this, right? And now what we will do, now we will write out our condition, that is where condition. Then that from here now we will get the batter runs, right? So batter runs from this particular season, right? So is equal to, we will use a function called summarize, right? Summarize is nothing but it creates a summary table which is grouped on a specific specific columns, right? So I will tell you. So we have to use season data, right? So from season data, comma, we will use we can say match id, right? Match id from ball by ball data, comma, I'll just go to next. I will just go to next one. I mean to the next line, comma, for batter, right? Ball by ball batter. So now what I am doing is I am summarizing and creating a new table based on these three selected fields, right? So first is the data, season data I've taken from here for match ID and for that particular bat, right? Or we can say for batter, comma. Okay, and I'm declaring that particular group as total runs, right? So in double noted, I will name it as total runs, comma. Okay, and now what should be the expression? What we want is nothing but sum of what? All batter runs. And I'll just close this particular bracket, right? And I will just close the end bracket. So what we are doing in this summarize function is on this particular what we have done, we have pulled the data table first, right? So from which table you have to pull the data? Table we have already defined here, right? Because we have filtered the data ball by ball entire data for this selected season, that is whichever we selected in filter. We brought that all the data in here. Next, what we did on these two particular this particular two what I can say is columns, right? So first is match id. So in each match we have to find out each batter who is scoring batter runs, right? So if all in this what we are doing for, we are finding each match, right? For let's say match 1, match 2, match 3, which is known by match id. Then in that match we have considered all the batters, and for those all batters we have found out all those runs which is there for that season, and we are storing it in the total runs, right? So this is what I can explain you best way, right? Now next I will be using one more variable, that is we will find out now the century count, right? Here we will find out the century count, where we will just use a filter function for batter runs, right? So filter functions for that is nothing but which table, that is batter runs, where total runs, right? That is nothing but this total runs. Control C, I'll paste it over here. Control V, I will just remove the space in between because it gives the problem, where total runs are what? Greater, or we just name it as total runs, this table. It should be in square brackets because it is a table defined over here, where total runs should be greater than or equal to 100. So now what we did, first we found out the season, right? So now based on that season we found out, filtered out all the ball by ball records. Then we brought all those records and created a summary table, where for each match we identified all the batters, and all we summed up all their batting runs, right? So all runs which they have made, and we stored it into this table. Then for find out the century count, we found out all these runs, right? We brought all these runs over here, and we found out that if that is greater than or equal to 100, right? And now next what we have to return, we have to return rows, all the rows of we can say count of all the rows who are there in century. Oh, that's it. This is the logic. And now I will bring that century count over here. You can see 9, right? So total centuries which were hit in 2025 are 9, in 2023 12, in 2024 14, in 2025 those were just 9, right? Now same way what we have to find out is we have to find out half centuries also, right? So for that I will write, or we can see we will use the same logic now. I'll just copy this. Okay, so just copy this and I will just create a new measure, paste it over here, and I will name it as half centuries. So now half centuries is what? Only one logic will change this. That half centuries is nothing but if it is greater than or equal to 50 and less than equal to 100, right? So this should be what? Greater than or equal to 50. And one more logic we have to add here is we will use 2 times ampersand or total runs is less than equal to or less than 100, right? It should be less than 100, not equal to also, right? And then we'll find this as half centuries and we'll add it. So there were total 143 half centuries were there. And last one is nothing but the total venues in the season. It's very easy. We'll write a new measure. I'll name it as total venues, right? And here I will use a function called calculate, and I will use again a distinct count of all venues. I think so this should give us the value and total venue. Okay, so 14. Let's see if it's correct. Yeah, 14. Right. So this is how you find all those secondary KPIs, and now we have to do some formattings on all of these. So we will do that now. All right, guys. Now let's do some formattings on our this KPIs. So I will just select this, and I will go to format your visual, and in layout. So layout is fine. So next, what we will do is, so the space between, let's keep it as 8 only, and go to call out values. So I will change this to 26, and so instead of total force we'll choose it as all, and here we will choose it as 26. Okay, also we will make it as center. Label, we will just change this to, let's say, label as 13. Okay, and space between labels, okay, so we'll just increase it a little bit, 10. Next, we'll go in cards, and in background, we'll keep it as white. This we'll keep it as same. And here in cards, we'll make this as a rounded rectangle. And the corners, we will make it as 11%. Okay. So this is how you want. Sorry. Let's make it 12. And in general, go in effects and we'll turn off this, right? What else we should make changes? So okay, so we'll change the fonts also. So let's go in here in callout values and we will change this to semi bold. All right, and label also. Okay, label is fine. All right, what else can be changed? What else should be changed? Okay, so this is fine. So this is how you do this. So and we'll do some more formattings. We have to give the shadow also. So from here I will just turn on the shadow, right? And now I'll go in general, and in properties the height of this I will change this to 140. Okay, and the width of this as 1730. Okay, right, 1730. Fine, perfect. And now we'll just try to place it over here nice and clean. All right, guys. Okay, I will just go over here in general, in properties, position, the vertical position I want to increase. I'll just take it a bit down. Okay, so this is fine. So this is how you create your secondary KPIs, the total 6, and obviously you can change it based on the season, whatever you are selecting. All right. So this is how you do formattings on this, and now we will do our next analysis as well. Hey guys, welcome back, and we are in the second part of our IPL analysis in Power BI. So I hope you have enjoyed the part one. You might have learned so many things of data modeling and how to create advanced tax calculations and everything on how to create dynamic images. So our second part will be more advanced, where we will be writing more complex tax in this. And so if you are directly watching this particular video without watching part 1, I would recommend you to go ahead and watch the part 1 first, where the start of the project has been done over there, and the link is available in the description box. And now let's move ahead. So as per problem statement, so I will just open our problem statement. So now we have to find out, the next thing is we have to find out this particular four stats, season stats, that is nothing but orange cap, purple cap, the total fours in season, and the total sixes in the season, right? So for that, what I will do, first we will go ahead and find out our first is the orange cap holder. Now everyone knows what do you mean by orange cap, but those who do not, orange cap is nothing but for a selected season. Let's say for 2025 season, who scored the maximum runs, right? So the batter or the player who scored the maximum runs, he's considered as a orange cap holder, and we usually give him a cap. Based on that, he's considered as a orange cap holder, right? So based on that only we have to find our this particular information. And you all know that in this particular data, so that is nothing but in ball by ball data, we have all ball by ball information, right? So each row gives us an information of each ball balled in that particular season, right? And here we have batter runs, right? So this is what important for us, that is batter runs, and who was the batsman, right? So you can see batsman is there, but we will need to know who is the batter, right? So you can see the batter, and the batter is one who will be involved in orange cap, and based on that only we will be writing our entire calculations. So first we have to find out who is the particular person who scored those particular runs, right? So for that I will just write that particular calculation in IPL matches. You can write in ball by ball data also, but as all of them are the previous one I have wrote over here, you can write it over here only. So I will recreate a new measure for this, and I will just increase it so it will be visible for you, and I will name it as orange cap holder. Okay, so he's our orange cap holder. The name of the player we'll be finding out over here. So we will be writing a long calculation, so I will explain you. And first I will try to explain you on the go. Also I will explain once everything has been written, right? So I will write a first variable. As I told you, we are using a filter over here which captures the season of that particular IPL. So we have to define this particular filter over here first. So I will write a selected season, so I will name it as selected season, and is equal to, obviously we'll use a selected value over here and nothing but season from IPL matches, right? So this is the selected season which is defined as a first variable. The second variable, obviously we will be filtering out all the records, right? So from this particular season, we will filter out first all the records in ball by ball data, right? So once those records are been filtered out, then we will find out the runs of different batter. From that we will find out the maximum runs, who have scored maximum runs, and after that we will identify who was the player associated to those maximum runs, right? So this is the procedure that we are going to follow. So first we will filter out all the data of that particular season, right? So I will name it as season data only. To understand or to help us understand why we are writing this, I am just writing that. But obviously it means that we are going to filter out all the values in that season. So I'll use a filter function over here. So it will take us the table, and then it will ask us the expression or the filter what we have to add. So we are going to filter out all the values in which table we have to filter out all the values from ball by ball table, comma. And what should be the filter expression? It is easy, that we'll have to filter all the data for this season, right? So that I will use a related function, right? So a related function will ask us for which particular column you want for that, right? So we want for season column, right? Season, from here it should be equal to what? This value, right? This, will close our bracket and we'll close our filter bracket, right? So this is how we have wrote this particular second variable. What does this do is, it gives us all the values, filter out all the values in this related column. That is for when season is equal to selected season, that is nothing but whatever we select in our slicer. When we change it to 2024, so it will bring that value 2024 over here, and from here it will be fed over here. it will match that particular season, and for that season it will only give us 2024 records in ball by ball table, right? So this is how it works. So third variable we will write run summary, right? So now run summary is nothing but a temporary table which we are creating in this tax calculation, which will give us all the information of all the batters and their runs which they have scored in that particular season, right? So for that we will use a summarize function which we'll use to create a temporary table. So we have to identify which tables we are going to use, and we are going to group that particular tables over here. So we want to identify from this particular table, right? Because we have already filtered out all the information in this particular table. Then we have to group by what? We have to group by each batter name, right? So I will use a batter over here, because for each batter we have to find out all the particular values, right? Then we will name that particular column. We don't want to use group by two, but second we have to find out total runs. So we will name that as total runs. So this is a string which we are going to name at for that particular table. So total runs, and we are going to sum all what? Expression is nothing but sum all batter runs, right? So we want to find out all the batter runs. Close the bracket and close the bracket for this. So what we are doing here is summarize the value for this data. We are bringing all this data in here. Then we want batter runs, or we want to name we want to know batter name. So one column will be created as batter. Then this particular table will be given the name as total runs, and in front of those batter, all the sum of batter runs they have scored in that season, it will give us a new table, right? So I hope you're understanding what I'm telling. Just try to visualize, right? The next we have to find out max runs, right? So once we have all the batter and their runs in front of them, so we have to find out the maximum runs. So we will use a max function for that, max x, right? So from which table we have to find it out, right? So from the run summary table, right? So from this table we have to find out what? The maximum runs, that is total runs. Expression is nothing but this, the total runs, right? That is nothing but total runs. And we will close this. Total runs, we are bringing it from here. So it will, from this table it will identify the total runs, and it will give us the maximum value in that total runs, right? Then the third variable we will write here is we have to find out the top scorer, right? Top scorer, this will be nothing but our the value that is nothing for orange cap holder, right? And here we will be using as calculate table. Calculate table will allow us to have an x table in there, right? If you use only calculate function, the first argument it asks is as expression. We have to write expression sum, max, average, likewise, right? Calculate table is evaluate table expression, right? So in a context modified. So in we have to evaluate table. So which table we will use a values function for that, and we will name the table or a column name, but we want a column name. So for what? For batter name, right? So for batter, and I will close this particular thing, or no, we want one more variable in this, or no, we will just close this comma. After that we have to apply a filter condition. So for filter we'll apply a filter condition and run summary. Okay, so we will apply a filter on this particular table, that is run. This total runs which we have defined over here, this total runs should be equal to what? The max runs. Control V. Close the bracket twice, right? So here what we are doing, we are defining a table. So in this particular for this particular table, that is in ball by ball, for this particular column, what we are doing is we are going and identifying a batter over here for this particular filter condition. That is in run summary table, we have identified the total runs table. So in total runs field, if this total runs is equal to maximum runs, that is nothing but the total maximum run scorer in that particular season, it will find out the top score, right? So it will nothing but it will give us the batter name over here. And the last nothing but we will use a return function, and we will return max of top scorer, right? So we'll find out top scorer, and we want a batter name of that particular batter, right? For max function, for top scorer, who is the maximum top scorer, it will give us the batter name. So we don't need to write this, but if there is a tie in between the orange cap holder, then it will just give us one name. It will not give us the two names. So that's the drawback of the logic. But here what happens is, I can say that it is like, right, what I can say to this is, it will just give us the one name based on the alphabetical order, right? So now it is giving us that expects qualified column reference as its argument. So we have an error over here. So let's identify what's the error. So we have to close the bracket over here first, and then the error. And now see, yeah. So we related table, we have to close the bracket over here, and this should be closed over here. And now I will close this, and we will be using a new card visual. So just take a new card visual from here, and we will bring the orange cap holder over here. So you can see it's B Sai Sudarshan, right? So Sai Sudarshan was in 2025. If you go in 2024, it's Virat Kohli. In 2023, it was Shubman Gill. So you can compare it obviously. So this is the orange cap holder for us. Now we also have to identify the orange cap holder runs. How many runs he have made? Okay. So I hope you guys are understanding the logic, guys. If you know all the functions, it will be easy for you to identify the logic, right? Now I will just create a new measure, but what I will do, I will use the same functions. We are going to make use of same functions. So I will just right click and I will just create a new measure, paste it over here, and instead of holder, I will make it at runs. So now we want only runs, right? So we don't want the name of that particular batter. So till here we have already identified we are getting the total runs over here. So instead of this, we'll just delete this everything and just we will return what we want, return max runs. That's it. Because we only want maximum runs. Once we have wrote all the calculation, it is easy for us to just modify those calculation based on our requirement. Because we just want runs, how many runs he have scored, we'll just use maximum runs as an output, right? And I will just use this, select this and use runs. Okay, so you can see these are the runs he have scored. Now we want to identify what? We have to identify the orange cap holder team also. So for that, I will just copy this orange cap holder calculation again, go to new measure, paste it over here, and I will name is that orange cap holder team name. All right. So everything will be same. Okay. Just instead of this will be same, right? We will identify the batter also, but for that particular batter, we have to identify in which team he was representing, right? So for here, instead of this, we'll write one more variable over here to identify team, because we have identified the top scorer. Based on that top scorer, we have to identify team over here, right? So we will name here as full team name. I will name this variable as full team name is equal to, okay, and I will write a calculate function over here. So calculate what I want, expression, so maximum of what? Team, right? So you can see team batting. So why I'm choosing here team batting is because batsman, obviously he will be related to the team which he's batting, right? So batting team is what we have to take over here. So he is related to that particular team batting, right? Comma, I will use a filter condition now. We have to use a filter where season ball, okay, so the season data only, it should be having a table. So we are identifying this particular table and we are using a function as that is nothing but the batter should be equal to what? The max x, the max x of top scorer, right? So just let's do this. I'll just write this on, or we'll just take this on another table. So the max, or then another line, the max of this particular top scorer. So let me check if I'm writing correct. Yeah, so max scorer should be equal to batter, right? And I will close this bracket, this and this. All right, so after this, what we have to do is we have to return our value. So what we want as an output. So I will just return, and we just want the full team name, right? So this is the output that we need. So that is full team name, and I will just hit enter. And you can see now this has been working. And now what I will do, I will just bring it over here, right? So this is nothing but the team name which he has been associated with, that is Gujarat Titans, right? Now next, one more thing that we have to do is we have to also identify or find out his image also, right? So that for that, what I will do, I will just use orange cap holder, this entire DAX. Again, I will use Control C. I will click on new measure. I will paste it over here and I will just name it as I will orange cap image, right? So now everything is again, we want the batter name and all those things. Only one thing that will change over here, that is nothing but the return value, right? So the return we want player image, right? So for that, what I will do, remove all of this, and in return, I will use a lookup value, right? Why lookup value we are using over here, guys? Because the player images are in players data, right? Players data table, the player images are been stored, so we have to bring those particular lookup value from that lookup table, and from that table we will be identifying all those where we will match our name of the players with our player names which are there in the players data table, right? So for that what we want to bring is player image. So we want to identify a player image, and search column, which column we have to search is nothing but which is the joining field in between two tables, right? And we know that the two tables are being joined based on player name, right? So we're using a player name field, comma, at what condition we have to use, right? Which value we have to search. So for that I will use a maxx function, and we have to identify the top scorer, comma, and nothing but batter, right? Top scorer batter, close the bracket and close the bracket twice, right? And I'll just use this and close this, and now I will just bring up this value also, right? So it will be at the bottom, right? So what we will do, I'll just show you, just format this, go to general and go to visual. First in layout, I will just make it as single column and four cards, right? So here you can see orange cap image is there, but if you can see, it is shown in a link, so we have to convert that into image. So I will show you how to do that. So first we will bring a placeholder over here. So I will just copy this placeholder, Control C, Control V, and I'll just try to bring it over here. All right. And I will just do some formattings on that. So guys, I know this is a bit advanced for you, but this kind of DAX you have to actually write in real time, right? So if you are learning those now itself, it will be easy for you to adapt when you are working in real time industries. And if you learn the meaning of and why we are writing this DAX function, so it will be easy for you when you are working in real time, because same kind of project, same kind of requirements you will get over there, and this kind of functions also you might have to write over there, right, in real time. So I request you to just try to understand, use Google, use ChatGPT to understand why we are writing this kind of tax calculations. I have tried my best to make you understand why we are writing this. All right. So the height of this particular we will be using as 335, and the width of I will this take as 425, right? So let me check if it is the thing which we are using. The height is, yeah. So this is fine. Now I'll just go over in shape, and rounded corners I will make it as 5%, right? And I'll just take it up. All right. Now we will bring all this information over here. So first, what I will do, I will just select this, and I don't want image over here. Image I will add it separately. And now just let's do some formattings. I will go in callout values. So callout values I will make it as 16, and I will use as Sagio UI semi bold. Okay, so this will be my callout value. Next, label I will make it as 12, so this is fine for me, and I'll make it as more faint. Right, so this is orange cap holder, orange cap runs, or we can use this also. All right, so this is fine. This is very much okay. Yeah, so this is fine. And now what I will do, I will just close this, go to cards, turn off background, turn off border, right? And again go to callout values, and in callout values we'll change this color to orange color itself, right? Because it is an orange cap holder, so I will use a colored code as B37400, right? So this will be the one I will be using, and I will just bring and place it over here. All right. So select this card, go to format, and here click on send to backward. So now you will see it in front of your screen, right? So here the same way which is available over here. All right. And next thing what we will do here is we will add the name over here, right? So I will just copy this. You can just write on your own. You know how to write it. Control C and Control V. So I'll just take it at the center, right? So if you want, you can see I'm using a Calibri font 16 as a font size and bold. Okay. And it's a black color. I don't want to waste time on writing those things. So I've just copied it. So these are orange cap stats. And next thing what I will do, I also have to bring a image over here, right? Or just let's do some more formattings over here. I will just go in cards and I will go in accent bar. I will show the accent bar also over here, and I will increase it width to 4, and I will just change its color to this, right? But here you can see the gap in between this is none. So for that what I will do, I will just select this over here, go in cards, and in cards accent bar you can see the width is this, but in a layout you can see the space between cards. I'll make it as 0, so you can see a single line you will be able to see, right? So make that space is equal to 0. Right, now we will add the image as well. So the image which we have added over here. All right, now to add an image I will take a new card. So just take a new card over here. So in this I will just take that particular orange cap image, so add it over here, but you can see the link is there. Now go to format card visual, go to cards, first turn off the background, turn off the border. Okay, and in general, in effects, turn off the background also. Right, now go to visual again, and here you can see an image, right? So now first turn on the image is image URL. Okay, and URL you can find it from here, that is nothing but orange cap image, and just click on OK. You can see a image is available over here now. And next thing, first also make sure that just select this particular, and here in data category make it as image URL, right? If you are not able to see the image over here, so make it sure that the data category is image URL. Now select over here, go to callout values and turn off these values, right? And turn off the label as well. So you can see now image is there. Now go to properties, and here the height for this I will take it as 240, and the width for this I will take it as 235, right? So now you can see image is properly there for us, and now I'll just bring it over here, right? So now this is the orange cap folder for us. You can see orange cap folder, orange cap runs, orange cap team name. You can change this if you want. You can name it as player name. So this will be player name for us. This will be instead of orange cap we can name it as total runs, and instead of entire this thing we'll name it as just team name. Okay, so because these are orange cap stats, sorry, the player name, total runs, and the team name, right? And that cap image you can find it in the download section. All the images are been added. So I'll just go in insert, I will add an image. Okay, image is used, and this is the orange cap image. Just reduce and just bring it over here, right? So this is my orange cap holder. All right, now next, the same way what we have to do is we have to find out purple cap holder as well. So for that we have to again write the list of the calculations, right? Before moving into this particular project, I would like to discuss about my website. So on this particular website, there are different data analysis material, and with the latest edition, that is 2025, and there are so many projects in different data analysis tools. So the link of this particular website I've added in the description of this particular video. And here you can see there is a link which will help you to jump to this particular project, that is Power BI advanced project. So this is also one website which I have created. So first I will discuss this. So and in this particular website you can see there is a data analyst complete material 2025 edition. And when I click on this particular, you can see it contains this particular topics, right? Everything: statistics, Excel, data warehouse, SQL, Power BI, Tableau, Python, real-time projects are there in this. Soft skills, sample resume, 10 practice data sets on different domains are available. All interview questions. When I say all interview, it is related to everything, like level 1, level 2, level 3 scenario based interview questions of all the tools which are mentioned above, and client interview questions, HR interview questions. Then it also include different notes on different important topics, cheat sheets and everything. And this entire package also include the notes as I discussed. It also have projects, Power BI 6 projects, Tableau 6 projects, Excel 4 projects, SQL, and in this also I have added Python. It is not mentioned, but Python 1 project is also there, and 10 practice raw data sets are also there. So here you can see the entire description is available for you to read, that what is included in this entire project. So you can read it. If you are interested, you can go ahead and buy this particular entire package. In similar way, I have also created this particular another like Power BI projects are there. In this 19 are there, but I have added one more, that it will be 20 projects now. So there are 20 Power BI projects which you will get, and all those are mentioned over here. Here you can see the list of each and every project is available over here. You can actually see what dashboard you are going to get. So no just talking and just selling you anything else, but it is everything available over here. You can actually trust, my work on YouTube, how I create the projects and materials. So if you want individual also, like Tableau projects are there, Excel is there, and you can say some advanced Power BI projects are there. But let's say if you are not interested in complete package, you can go through the particular packages are also, like I have separated those, like Power BI material is there, Tableau is there, SQL material is there, some different more projects are also available. And if you want some career guidance related to data analysis, mock interviews, so you can also book a session from here as well, right? And coming back to my another website, so for this particular dashboard, that is India General Elections, I have created an entire 6 hours of video, and it is just for 299 rupees, guys, right? And when I come to this website, I have added a discount code for you. So it is only valid this 17th May. It is a summer sale where you will get 44% discount on different data analysis material and projects, and you can use this particular code. And as I told, it is only valid till 17th of May, right? So after 17th of May, you won't be able to have this particular discount code. All right. So this is all about my website. The link of both the websites are available in the description box. And let me tell you, this is a certification course. So you can see it is a complete video, and you can read everything what you will be getting in this entire, project. So just to go ahead, read it. All the information is there. If you just like by reading, if you think that it is worth, I'm sure, and I'm let me tell you that it is absolutely worth. So it's up to you. If you're interested, you can go ahead and buy from both of the websites, right? So now let's move ahead to our video. Alright guys, so now next we have to find out the purple cap stats as well. So for that we will be using a tax calculations again. But what I will do, I will just bring those tax calculation directly in our screen, because it will take much time for me to write it and explain you. So first I will just copy those tax calculation, and then I will explain you. You can copy it from the screen. I will freeze the screen for a time, for a while. So I'll just right click and I will just create a new measure. Okay, and here already I have just wrote it over here. So this is the purple cap holder for me. I'll just copy it and I will paste it over here, right? And I will explain you how this particular DAX works. I have also wrote here the explanations also, so it will be easy for you to understand, right? So, because it will take much time for me to write, so that's the reason, right? Now it is the same way that we have done for the orange cap holder, right? So few steps are same, just few filter conditions are been added over here, right? So I will just try to explain you over there, and I will just try to explain with our data also. Again, all the bowling information and batting information is available in our ball by ball data, right? So the same we are going to use first here is the selected season, because obviously we are writing it based on our filter. So selected value we'll be using as IPL matches season. Whatever season our filter will be selecting, the same it will be captured over here. Then again we have to include all those particular balls, right? Because this is again a season wickets that we are going to bring. But this particular, it indicates the same way, or it is the same meaning that we did it for the orange cap holder, that is second variable we wrote in our orange cap, was to filter out all those particular ball by ball records for that selected season. Same way we are doing over here, just we are mentioning it as season wickets. Name is different, but meaning is same. So we are using a filter condition. We are filtering all the records in ball by ball data related to which column. That is nothing but that season should be equal to this season. That is whatever is been selected in value in slicer, it will be added over here. Two more conditions we are adding, that is and. Two times and means what? Two more filter conditions we are adding over here. That is wicket is equal to true, nothing but here you can see there is an um, column available over here, is wicket, right? So I'll just take it to the left. So you can see is wicket is there. Where is this, right? So is wicket, it is equal to true. So what does this mean? That if it is true, then the wicket has been fallen, right? Also not, I'm using a not condition, means what? A wicket is not given to a bowler if the kind of wicket is run out, right? Run out is not been given to a bowler. Retired hurt, if he is a retired hurt, he is also not given, that wicket is not given to the bowler. Obstructing in the field, nothing but if the batter is obstructing the field while batting, then he's also given out, but that wicket is not given to the bowler. Similar way, retired out is also not given to bowler. So we are excluding these conditions so that uh, the count of our wickets does not change, right? Because you can see this is the column we have, that is wicket kind. If I show you over here, we have wicket kind. Here is the values, all of those, right? Bold is given to bowler, caught is given to bowler, caught and bowled is also given to bowler, hit wicket is also given to bowler, lbw is given to bowler, but obstructing, retired hurt, and retired out, run out is not given to ball, right? So that's the reason we are excluding those values, adding one more filter conditions, so that all these rows having these values will not be able to show up in this particular table, right? Then we are finding out the count of all the wickets by using wicket summary table, where we are using summarize function from this particular table, that is season wickets. We are bringing those table over here, and initially in orange cap we found out for bowler, in batter, but here we are finding it for bowler. We will get all the list of bowler in that particular column, and we will name that particular column as wicket count, right? In orange cap we named it as total runs, right? And now we are finding count of rows, right? In orange cap we used max function over here, some function, but here we will count all the rows which are having that wickets, right? And then we'll filter that condition for what? That is season wickets, where a bowler should be equal to what? Earlier bowler, right? So it is nothing but a condition that we are passing over here, so that we have for this filter we have to just pass one filter condition over here, right? So that's the only we are reason where we have passed this condition over here, right? Then we are finding out the wicket, as same we use it for to find out total runs. We'll find out the maximum wicket from this wicket count table, right? Then we will get that particular name of the bowler, right? Same calculate table function. From bowler we are using this filter conditions to get our top bowler, and then we are only returning the top bowler. If we have multiple picks, then it will just pick alphabetically, but we don't have that particular condition over here because each IPL season is having a different you can say purple cap holder, right? So this is how we find it. It would have taken me much time to write. That's the reason I pasted it over here. The screen is freezed in front of your you can copy entire calculation in your uh, in your system as well. So I'll just use this, close this, right? Now next thing what we have to find out is we have to find out purple cap um, you know wickets, how many wickets he took, right? So I'll just copy this entire thing and I'll use a new measure and I'll paste it over here, right? Same thing, right? Same is there. Okay, everything is same, just this I have written in two lines. You can bring it over here likewise. Actually this timed out is not required, it is not a condition available for us, so I'll just remove it, right? So This is the purple cap wicket. Everything is same until this, the same we did for orange cap, and just we want return the maximum number of wickets, right? Same thing. Then what we have to find out is we have to find out purple cap team name, right? So I'll just copy this entire thing. I will write a calculation, a new measure, and I will paste it over here, right? Same thing, everything has been written same, right? Everything is same. Just remove this timeout. It is not required, right? So you can copy, everything is same, right? Until maximum wickets, everything is same. But instead of getting the name of the bowler, we want what? We want to identify the team bowling, right? So here we in orange cap holder we took here team batting, but here because the bowler is the he's representing the team who is bowling. That's the reason we have to find out the name of the team who is bowling, because identified, how it is identified, purple cap holder, it is identified based on who is bowling and taking the wickets, right? So I hope you're understanding this, the change, right? So this is optional argument. Table constructor cannot have an optional argument. All right, let's copy this properly and we'll just paste it over here. Okay, so somewhere I might be missed something. So maybe the comma over here. Yeah, the comma over here was there. And the extra comma was there over here. So that's the reason it was giving me that. And I will just close this now. And now we also have to bring the image, right? So this is the purple cap image. I'll just copy these tags, paste it over here, right? So this is the purple cap tax for us. Everything is same up to here, right? Just we are returning using a lookup value the same way we did for orange cap folder, right? Everything is same, just that. And just remove this timeout is not required because we don't have that particular value in our that table. And just close this, right? Now we have brought everything for a purple cap folder. I know guys this was quick, but as I told you, I won't waste much time on this. I will just show you all the values again. So this is the purple cap wicket count. This is the purple cap team. You can just copy all this thing. You can have and write it everywhere, or write it in your system also. I have paused. You can pause the screen and write. This is the image, how we identified the image. So you can just pause the screen and you can replicate this, right? And now I'll just copy this, Control C, Control V, and I'll just bring it over here. Okay, everything I will just copy, Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V. It's happening. Control C, Control V, one by one we'll copy. All right. Now, instead of player name, what we want is we want purple cap holder, right? So this is the purple cap holder. Instead of total runs and all those things, we will want the team name, and we also want the wicket count he took, right? So Prasidh Krishna was the purple cap holder, the his count of wickets and team, right? So instead of this, we will name it as player name. This is the player name. This is, we'll name it as total wickets, and here we'll name it as team name, right? Obviously, and here we have to change this. So we'll just go over here. Sorry. So first, just take the image over here. So not orange cap, we want purple cap image, right? So it's still not giving us. We have to change that particular function in image, right? So we have to change the function from here. Instead of orange cap, it should be purple cap, and just click on OK. So as soon as you do, you can see the Prasidh Krishna is there. And now we'll just copy the title also. So Control C, Control V. Oops, bring it over here. Okay, and we'll name it as purple cap stats, and we'll just give the color also to this as a purple. So go to call out values. From here we'll just go to more colors, and from here we can identify a purple color. Okay, so this is fine. And for cards also, in accent bar we'll change the color to this, the purple color. And we will insert the image also. I'll just go in insert, I'll go in image, and we'll bring the purple cap. Let's see. Properties are 50 by 62, 54 by 62. Okay, 54 by 62. Perfect. All right. So this is our purple cap stats, and obviously you can change this. So as soon as you change to different, you can see now one more thing over here. The image, you can see the team name is Punjab Kings, but the jersey looks like SRH. Why? Because the images which we have took over here, those are latest images, right? And images link cannot be changed to have a different, colors of jerseys, right? So you have to see the faces only, don't go with jerseys, right? So that's the reason you can see Gujarat Titans, but the jersey is of a different one, right? So that thing you have to keep in mind. So it is a latest 2025 data, but the images name of, or we can say all these names, and the faces would work as per the filters which you are applying over here, but it won't work on the jerseys which are there, right? So because the player might change their team from different seasons, right? So that's the reason it has been working in this particular way, all right? But it is giving you the correct values, so just keep that in mind, but it's not an issue actually, all right? So now we will move ahead to our next, that is total fours and total sixes. All right, so now we will write the new DAX calculations where we have to find out the total force, right? So the same way we have to find out the total number of force who have hit in that particular season, right? So for a season, we have to find out who hit the maximum number of force, player name, the total number of force he hit, and his team name, right? So same way, I will just write a new measure again. So I will just write this particular measure, guys. For six, I will just copy everything. So just just keep pay attention what I'm writing. So I can say top four's player name, right? I will write in this way, right? So this is my top four player names. So everything is same, right? So only conditions will change. So where again I have to create a new value that is called as selected season, right? Same always, this will be always there, right? So selected value, I will not explain much, so I will just selected value and season, right? So this will identify which season I'm selecting in my filter. Next, I have to identify, because we are picking up everything from ball by ball data, because from ball by ball data is the table which have each and every row wise balls which are being bowled in that particular season. So obviously we have to identify that. Just the name will change. So I will name it as season force, right? So this will be by season force, where I will identify it from ball by ball data is equal to, obviously I will be using a filter condition as we are using again and again. So what I want to filter, ball by ball data, this table, and what will be by filter condition, it will be related, that column name, that is nothing but season, should be equal to what, selected value, right? This selected season, right? And one more condition I have to add here. So for that I will write 2 times ampersand, and that condition would be nothing, so it should be nothing but for, also I have to find out only batter runs where it should be equal to 4, right? So he might have hit that direct boundary, so we will consider batter runs, it should be equal to 4, only give me those particular rows, right? So batter runs should be equal to 4, so that it will give me all the records for this particular season, right, in ball by ball data. This first condition, that is nothing but it should be equal to season is whatever we are selecting, and one more condition that the batter run should be equal to 4, right? So these are the two important condition, right? So, and one more, what we have to here, we have closed this particular over here, right? So this is the one we have to do, because related should be closed over here, right? Then I will use one more variable, that is force summary, right? So for summary, that is nothing but we are creating a temporary table over here. Again, we are going to use a summarize table over here, right? And from which table we have to bring data? From this table, right? So from this table we are bringing the data, and obviously who will hit the 4? A batter will hit the 4, so we will bring a batter, right? So name of that particular batter we will need. We will name that particular table as force count. We'll name it as force count, comma, I will write on new table or new line, right? And here I will use a function as expression should be what? Count rows, right? I will count all the rows which are having this filter condition, right? So this will be the condition that I will be using, that is nothing but season force, right? So this season force, comma, what should be that? It should be for batter, and batter should be equal to earlier, again batter. I will explain you what is the meaning of this. Close this bracket, and close the bracket for count rows, right? So what I'm writing is counting the all those rows where season force, right? So from this particular table, I'm bringing the batter where this batter should be equal to earlier batter. Earlier batter is nothing but one which you are passing it over here, right? Because let's say I'm identifying for, let's say, Mohit Sharma. So Mohit Sharma, we are identifying and passing this value over here. That is, Mohit Sharma will be matched with this particular Mohit Sharma. And from this particular table, it will count all those particular rows for Mohit Sharma, and it will give the, or it will store that particular value in force summary table, right? So in this way, how is the earlier function works, right? Now we will write the next variable where we will just try to add max force, right? So we will now find out the max force out of all of these table. Now we will use a max x function, the same strategy we are going to use, and we will find out the force summary. Okay, we will use a force summary, control C, control V, comma, and we want force count over here. Okay, we are not getting force count. What's wrong over here? Okay, so one more bracket has been left over here of summarize table. So just close this bracket also. Next, we will use a force count over here, right? This force count, and I will just close this bracket now, right? And now we'll use one more variable over here where we'll name it as top force player, right? So we'll just find out a top force player who is the one, and again we'll use a calculate table function over here, and the table name will be used as first as a values function, and from here we'll identify the batter first. Okay, close this, comma, oops, okay, comma, right? And I will pass one more function, that is filter. I want to use a filter condition for which, that is for force summary, comma, and the force count should be equal to what? Max force. And I will close this bracket and this bracket, right? And next I will return max x of top floor players, comma, we want batter from here, right? And we'll just close this. Okay, so this is how you find the force. The same condition, only one condition has been changed over here, that is this. Everything else is same that we did for orange cap holder and all those things. So I'll just close this. So this is now our top 4 player name. If I copy this, control C and control V, and I will bring our where is it, top 4 player name, and I will just close all of these. So it was again Sai Sudarshan only, right? And now we have to find out the force he have hit. So I'll just control all, control C, the same measure, and I will create a new measure and I will paste it over here. And instead of player name, top force count, I will name it as top force count. And instead of this, right, so instead of getting this, we'll just use a return function over here, and we actually want over here what? The max force, right? And just hit OK. Close this, and these are the total force he hit. And now one more, control C, here I will use new measure, paste it over here, and we want the top floor player team name. We want his team name also, right? So to identify his team name, what we will do, we will add one more variable over here, which will identify his batter team, right? The same way we did it for orange cap holder team name, same thing, right? So we'll use calculate function again over here, and we will use a max as an aggregation and the team batting, because the one team who is batting, he will be one player from batting team will hit the force, right? So team batting, comma, I will use filter function over here, filter again season force, okay, comma, the batter. So season, from this particular table I will identify the batter who is equal to max of batter, or max of top four players from this table, and comma, what's wrong, what's wrong, max of the floor pair, comma, from batter, right? That is for this batter, and I will close this bracket, and this bracket, and then I will return as batter name, right? The batter team. So this is how you write it. And now I'll bring the batter team also. It is from Gujarat Titans. And next we have to identify his uh what I can say is uh name, control C. We have to find his player image also, right? So I'll just paste it over here of player image. I'll name it as image, and instead of this return, we don't want this, so I'll just copy the tags, okay? And let's say if I have used that tags or not. So the same thing, only return what we will use this lookup value, okay? Control C, and I will paste it over here. So the same function we are going to use, only one thing that is change over here, that is instead of finding out the top bowler, it will be from top force player, okay? And instead of bowler we want batter, right? Just that's it, right? And this to return this twice, so just hit okay, close it, and now we'll do some formattings, right? So select this placeholder, control C, control V, okay? And now we'll just bring it this over here, okay? So with this control C, this will be over here. So just select this, go to format, and click on send to back, okay? Player image also will copy, okay? And now select this, and instead of this we'll name it as player name, okay? And we'll name it as total force. We will name this as team name, okay? And now image, we have to change this image. So image URL is fine, but this effect should be pointed towards where? It should be pointed towards it was top player's image, okay? Just click on okay, and now let's change the season, right? So you can see for 2024 it was Travis Head, for 2023 it was Shubman Gill, and in 2025 because it was this fellow only, so that's the reason the images are same over here. It was Ruturaj Gaikwad, it was Shubman Gill again, and likewise, right? Now same way what we have to find out is for total 6, right? So what we will do, I'll just increase it likewise, and from here instead of force count, I will just select all, control C, right click, and I will click on new measure, I'll paste it over here, and here instead of 4 it will be now 6 count. Everything will be same, only instead of this we have to change, instead of 4 we have to change it to 6. Everything else will be same, right? And close this. Similar way, I will just control C, control V, and I will just bring that count of 6 and close all of these fours, right? So total 6 count is there. Then top floor name also, image also will bring control C, and I will just click on new measure, paste it over here, and instead of this I'll name it as 6, and only here one change will be there, here will be 6. Close this. Okay, similar way we'll bring the name also, control all, control C, new measure, control V, and it will be top 6, and here it will be 6 again over here. Close this. And last is the name of the team, control all, control C, right click, new measure, control V, and it will be 6, and here we have to change this to 6. Perfect, right? So we want the total 6 player name and this also, right? So this is here. So it was Nicholas Puran. The total 6 he hit was 40, and he was from LSG, right? And here we'll name this as player name. This will be total 6, and this will be, we'll have its team name. Okay. And now we'll bring placeholder, control C, control V, place, bring it over here, bring the image, control C, control V. Okay, now select this, go to format and click on, sorry, send to back. Okay, so what should be the name of this? It should be total force in season. So this is total force, control C, control V. I'll bring it over here. This is total 6, and we have to change this image, right? So for that, go over here, go to images, and this function, instead of purple cap image, we will change this to top 6 count, sorry, top 6 player image, and click on OK. As soon as you do, you can see Nicholas Puran is visible over here, right? So if you change it to 2024, it was Abhishek, right? 2023, obviously it was this, and all the way you can look from 2028, 2008 also, 2010, likewise, right? And this will be the latest for 2025, right? And I'll just save this right now. Okay, so this is how you have created our stats, and obviously you can insert the images also. I'll just go in insert, and I'll click on images, and here the 4 and 6 images are not over here, but I will add those, and then you can add it over here. Okay, all right guys, now we will move ahead with our last requirement, that is to create a points table. And now we have to create a points table in this sequence with all these particular columns that we need. And now what we will do first, we have logo, we already have the team name. Now we have to first find how many matches each particular team played in that particular season, so that we can create I can say table for that. So for that, what I will do, I will just right click over here, and I will create a new measure, and I will name it as match played. Okay, but first, before that, what I will do, instead of first writing the calculation, we have to make some relationships. And based on that, I will just tell you why we are creating the relationship first, but I will just show you. You can see this is the IPL match data, and in between teams data, if you see, this is the team name. And here we have all the IPL matches data, where each row will have an information of each match played. Okay, ball by ball have each ball in that particular match. Here we have each match played in that particular season. So when I hover over my mouse, so right now if you see, the joining type is in between match winner which we created and the team name, right? And if you see our data here, how can we find from this particular table that each particular team or each particular team how many matches they have played, right? So we know that we have two columns, team 1 and team 2, where there is a relationship, or we can say, what does it help us to understand that there was a match in between Royal Challenge Bangalore, RCB I can say, and KKR. Here it was in SRH and RCB. But how can we find the number of matches played by each team? So for that, what we will do is, uh, we have team 1 and we have team 2. So for that particular team, so RCB played here once and RCB played here once, right? RCB played here also once, RCB played here also once, right? So each particular, you can see two particular, team 1 and team 2. RCB has either played as a team 1 or RCB has either played as a team 2, here you can see. So we have take count of both times, right? So because it played over here as a left side, or we can say its record is at left side, but here it's in right side, right? If you take count of only team 1, you will miss team 2 matches also, right? Because RCB played over here as a team 1, but here it played as a team 2. So we have to take calculation of both the matches, right? But if you see over here in our table, if you take only count of these two, it would not work. Why? Because we have in teams data, we have team name, and team name we are going to make use as a first column over here. So if I show you over here, you can see this team name, it comes from the second last table, that is teams data, right? And that's the reason we have to create a relationship where this team name and this team one, whichever are available for us here, you can see they will have a match in between them, so that we can create a perfect table, right? So for that, what we will do, we will take team one and we will create relationship on team name, right? So this is the first relationship, right? So which will, not an active, don't make this an active, which is a one to many relationship. I will just click on OK. Just keep it as inactive. We will make an active relationship while writing and calculation, right? So one we made with what, team one. Do we also have to make it with team two, because we have to take count of team two also to have a perfect number to us. So I will just take team two and team name and we'll just place it on over. So don't make this also as active. Don't check this. It is again an one to many relationship, and click on save, right? So these are the two inactive relationship we created in between these two tables, that is on team 1 and that is on team 2, based on team name, because team name will be our first column while creating that particular grade. So what I will do, first I will create a grade first. Let's just create a grade, and let me check what grade we are taking over here. So we are taking a table, so just go over here, take a table from here, right? So this is the table we took, right? And here I will just bring all the team names first, right? So we can see the team name is there. So I brought all the team name, because we have brought this information from teams data. So in front of each team we have to add and figure of match played. We have to add matches won, matches lost, right? And in front of each of them, the count of whatever they have won and lost, right? So because this information is built from or taken from teams data, we have to make a relationship in between these two, that is IPL matches data and this, so that we can take count of team 1 and count of team 2, add that, and then bring it as a match is played, right? One more twist over here is that if you see in this particular table, these have information of all the matches, right? But if you can see your match type, league matches only in points table, if you understand that we only consider league matches, right? So what does it mean? That over here you can see either the match is considered as an eliminator, or either it is considered as a final, a qualifier 1 and qualifier 2. So these are not considered in points table, right? So eliminator is played after your points table is completed. Final is obviously at the last match. Qualifier 1 and qualifier 2 is also considered or played after your points table is completed. Based on points, you play those particular matches, right? So whatever T20 matches are there, right? So it is nothing but all other matches which are played in league stage, right? So when you filter out those particular values, so these are the T20 is nothing but it is the match which has been played all after, or we can say it is not considered as, I can say, uh, matches which is played at the end, right? So qualifier and all those. So these are the matches which are played in league stage where value is T20 for match time, and we are going to make use of that only, right? So I hope you have understood the use case. And now what I have done, you have made the relationship, make that, right click, and I will create a new measure now, right? And I will name it as matches played. Okay. And again, I will write the first variable obviously as a selected value or a selected season. Okay, where I will use a selected value DAX, and it will be for the season whichever we are selecting in our data, right? And now second variable, I will name it as team 1 matches. First I will find out team 1 matches count. Okay, so I will find the team 1 matches is equal to, and here I will use a calculate function, right? So calculate function, we want an expression, so we will count all those rows of team 1 matches. So once we calculate the count of all rows which are played as a team 1 match, then we will get that particular value. So we will count all the rows, right? So we'll use count rows function of which particular table we have to calculate of IPL matches data, right? So we have calculated count rows, comma, right? So now we have to add the filter condition. So what filter condition I will apply is, that is user relationship. Now I will make that relationship active for us first, right? So I will use a user relationship. I will make that particular on which particular column name, that is nothing but we use team 1, right? We use a relation between team 1. Okay, 1 second. IPL matches team 1. Okay, yeah, comma, what is should be the second on what we joined it, we joined it on team name, right? We joined it from teams data, we joined it on team name, so we made this active, comma, right? What is the second filter condition? That is nothing but season. Okay, season, IPL season should be equal to the selected value, right? The selected season, I can say from here we are calling this value, we made the relationship active first over here, comma, right? One more condition, as I told you, that match type should be equal to T20. It should not be equal to any qualifier 1, qualifier 2, eliminator or final, right? So that I will use the last filter condition, that is match type, right? So match type should be equal to what? In double inverted commas I will write it as T20. Okay, so this is the string that the value have, right? And I will just close the bracket, right? So this is for team 1 matches, right? Same, I will copy everything now, control C, paste it over here, and I will the same way I will just make it for team 2, right? Nothing you have to do, instead of team 2 you have to take here team 1, you have to take here team 2. Same condition for team 2, all matches of team 1, all matches of team 2, and then we'll use a final, that is return function, where it is nothing but that team 1 matches, it will be output as team 1 matches and team 2 matches, right? So this is the only DAX we need. Okay, so we are getting an error. So the error is at, okay, here, so where is equal to we have used, it should not be an is equal to. So I'll just click OK, and now you can see the DAX is working, and now I will bring the matches played over here and I will add it over here, right? So you can see now each match is played 14 times. Okay, and you can see now you are only getting 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 10 rows you are getting, that is 10 teams are there. So in league step you know that each match is played 14 matches are played, right? So this is giving you the correct value. And now what we will do, we will also bring the image URL at the start, right? So this is the image URL, but we will make that changes first so that we can have the icon over there. But I will just bring this over here. First we'll bring the placeholder over here. So I'll just copy this, control C, control V, and just increase it likewise and likewise. Okay, I'll go in shape and I will reduce this to 2%, or let's, yeah, 2% is fine. And now just bring it over here. Okay, now select this shape, go to format and click on send to back. Okay, Now select this particular grid, go over here, then go to specific column. Okay, and here just yeah, select this image URL, then go to, or first what we will do, I will just select that particular image URL from here first, and in the data category you can see it is uncategorized, make it as image URL. Okay, so first thing that we have to do, as soon as you do that, you can see image URL you will get, right? What you have to do is select image URL column in teams data, go in summarization, sorry, in data category, and here you have to make it as image URL. As soon as you do, you will get that particular values over here, right? So we just have to adjust the size of image. So what we will do, we'll just go to specific column. Here you can see the image URL is there. Image size, here you can go, and let's make it as 50 by 50. Okay, so we'll make it as 50 by 50 as an image size, so it will be perfect fit over here. Next thing what we have to find out is next thing, based on our requirements document, if you see over here, we have to find out how many matches that particular team has won. Alright guys, now we will move ahead and find our number of matches won. So for that, again I will just right click and I will create a new measure, and let's name it as matches won, right? So how many matches each one have won? So if you see our data, so in data we have one uh, field called as match winner, right? So we already have this particular field. We can directly take count of each and every row of this particular match winner, which will easily give us how many match each particular team have won, right? So this will help us to find out because the names are already present over here. So based on that, what we will do, I will just write a calculation over here. First, I will write the first variable as selected season, which will be obviously always there, right? So I will write the first variable as selected season, and I will name it as selected value as a DAX for season, right? I will write second variable, one more variable, that is where I will name it as current team, right? Why I'm writing as current team? Because for a respective team which are there in this particular visual, for those team only we have to find matches on, and this team name is already present in the visual, and in front of each team we have to find out those matches on, and that's the reason we are passing this value which is already there in the visual. So we'll also pass one more value, that is selected value, that is team name, right? Because it is already there in the visual. So from team name, this is one variable, and we will just return now, not to write variable, so return. And I will use a calculate function, easy. Now we have to find out what count of rows, right? So count rows, right, of each IPL matches data, right? Count rows of IPL matches data, comma, right? And now what is the first condition? That season, that is filter condition, the season should be equal to what? The selected season from here, okay, comma, the second condition, that this team name, right, the current team name, that is nothing but winner team, should be equal to what, right? So this winner team should be equal to this current team, right? What does this mean? That whatever team we are going to select, that winner team in that particular row, for each row it will give us the winner team, right? Because here you can see each and every team name is mentioned. So what it will do, it will identify the team name which has been there over here. Let's say this will be first value, it has Chennai Super King, so it will pass the Chennai Super King over here. Then this, from this value it will be passed over here, and then it will match with the match winner which is there in the data. It will match the selected season, and then it will give you the counts. That's the reason we have written over here, right? And then we want match type also. Always remember that match type is always a mandatory filter which will be there, right? Because we are not finding it for league stage matches, right? So match type should be equal to T20 only, not the league stage matches, right? And we'll close our bracket and hit OK, right? And now select this table and we'll bring our matches won over here, right? So here you can see the matches won are also there, and at some places you can see the matches won over here as 3, but nothing has been associated to it. And the reason behind this is, I will tell you, because if you see over here, in match winner, you can see there are some blank values are there, right? So if I see, and if I just select the blank values over here, you can see for no result, right? So if the result is as no result, for those we cannot identify who is the match region, right? Who is the match winner? Let's say for 2025 season, this season itself, right? You can see there are three rows for 2025, last three. These are of 2025, and that the three count we are getting over here. Some of the match was not played because there was rain. One match was cancelled in Punjab because of the the India Pakistan war was going on at that time. It was cancelled for safety purposes. So there was no result, right? So we cannot identify who is the match winner in between them. That's the reason there are three blank values, and that three value has been came over here because we have taken count of each and every that particular thing. So what filter you can apply is either you can apply a filter that don't consider in this particular thing, don't consider which have the blank values, right? You can add one more filter over here, or you can just simply take this three out from here. You can just go in filters, right? And you can just apply a filter that it should what we can say uh, is the and is not free, right? So I have just what I've done is I have used and filter where I've just excluded that free value from the points table, right? So there are two ways, but the best way I will just give you as an homework for you to do. This is one option, but for you and homework that in this particular calculation only apply a filter that don't consider or don't count the rows which have blank values, right? That do that on yourself, right? In this match one. So I'll just give you that particular. That is very easy to use an is bank function, very easy. So left click, I will just click on new measure, and now we will find out the lost matches, right? So we have just find out the lost matches over here, right? And I will use the first variable, obviously selected season is equal to selected value, right? From here I will just identify the season, right? One more variable now I will find out first team 1 matches lost, right? Team 1 lost. So team 1 matches lost, we have to identify first. So for that, what I will do, I will just show our data first over here. And if you see over here, I will just take away this filter. And what here you can identify is we don't know or we don't have any column in this particular data which identify as which is having a value where it shows that this is the team which have lost the matches. But what we can do is we have two teams, team 1 and team 2. Any one of them might have won and any of them might have lost. We cannot identify that team 1 are only the ones who have lost, or team 2 are the only ones who have won, right? So it is very hard to identify. So first what we will do, we will identify all the team 1 matches, right? Or all the team 1 teams, right? Whichever are listed over here, and we will try to match it with match winner, right? So if this is matching with the match winner, then we will identify that team 1 as a counter 1, because we have to find lost matches, right? So if it is matching, then obviously the team 2 is the match loser, right? So if team 2 value is matching with this, here you can see team 2 is matching here, so team 1 is the winner. Here team 1 is matching its value with match winner, so team 2 is the loser, right? So likewise we'll find the both the count of rows with an extra filter condition, right? So it is very easy. So what we will do, we'll just click on match played. So this is the same, we have to use Control C, and I will right click and I will create a new measure, and I will paste it over here. Sorry. So this is, I'll make it matches lost. So everything is same. Only few filter condition that more we have to add over here. So this is the filter condition. These are required, but few more that we have to add over here is the first one, that filter condition we are going to add here is not is blank, right? That the one which I told you, that we have to consider those matches also where match winner is blank, right? So match winner blank, then it is not considered as if it is a team 1 lost or team 2 lost. So we don't know that, right? So team 1, so we will consider that is blank match winner, right? So is blank match winner, and close this comma. One more very important condition we have to apply is that match winner should not be equal to team 1, right? So why condition this I have applied is match 1 should not be equal to team 1 means what? uh if it is equal to team 1, then team 1 have won that match, so you have not lost it. So if match winner is not equal to team 1, then that particular team has lost that particular match. So this condition is very much important, right? Same we will apply over here, so we'll make it as team 1 lost matches, and same we will copy everything now, control C, and we'll paste it over here, control V. So instead of this we'll name it as team 2 lost matches, and here instead of team 1 it will be team 2. All right, and similar way, so this will be team 1 lost matches, and this will be team 2 lost matches, right? And just hit enter. I will close this. Okay, there is some error. Team 1 lost matches, it is not a valid table, variable, or function name. What does it mean? Okay, the matches is twice over here. Okay, and now hit it, close it, and now we'll bring matches lost. You can see, and now what we will do, based on matches won, we will filter this column. So I'll just go over here, or we'll just click on here, right? So you can see based on matches it will be, so 9 have won, 6 have lost, right? 9 have won. So guys, you might have noticed that this number is not matching because matches won and matches lost should be equal to 14. So something is wrong in our calculation. So matches lost, if you see over here, user relationship 20. Okay, so here you can see the user relationship. We have again identified team 2 1 only, so it should be team 2. And then I will just click OK. So that one calculation change. Now you can see, yeah. So 9 and 5, 14. Now likewise you can see these are the match won. Out of 14, 9 have won, so lost will be 5. So this is how you get this and identify these particular things, right? Now we will find out the no result matches. So I'll just write a new result, a new measure for that, and I will name it as a no result matches. For first, what I will do, I will just use the same thing, that is matches played. I will use all same, and I will just copy this, control C, and I'll just create a new measure, because same thing, only filter condition will change. And here we can say as no result matches, right? So these are our no result matches. Everything is same, only few things will be changing over here. That is nothing but calculate will remain same, user relation will remain same. All right, then IPL match season, this will also remain same, this will also remain same. Only one more filter condition that will be added over here, that is, I'll just tell you what we are going to add. Okay, on new line I will just show you first over here. So here you can see there is a field here called as result type. So here if you can see no result, and you can click on OK. No result means what? The match was not played completely, right? So you can see this is the no result matches, where match either was cancelled due to rain or due to other unavoidable reasons. So at that date for that particular season the match was at all not played, right? So we will make use of result table over here, where matches result is equal to what? It should be equal to no result, right? So make sure that string is matching perfectly over here. It should be no result, right? Same thing, we'll just copy it from here and we'll add it over here also, right? And paste it over here and just hit OK, right? So this is one filter condition we have added. Same, now what we will do, we will bring no result matches, right? So these are the few no result matches which were happened, right? And next what we have to find out is the matches which were tied. Okay, the same thing what we have to do, I will just copy the no result matches, control alt control C, right click, and I will create a new measure. I will paste it over here, and tie matches, I'll just name it as tie matches, and instead of no result you have an option here called tie, right? So we'll just consider as tie matches. You can see these were the matches which were tied. So always remember, the tie matches is not considered as a matches that no team have won, right? Because we have a ability of having super over. So even though it is tie, there will be an super over which will be played, and from that we will identify the match winner, right? So this is important point, but we still need to find out how many were tied. So instead of no result, it should be what? Tie. Similar way here, it's instead of no result, it should be tie matches, right? And just hit enter. And now we'll bring those tie matches over here, right? So you can see these were the matches which were tie, all right? And next, now we have to find out is the total points. So now to identify that, I will just write a new measure over here and I will name it as total points, right? And here we will write that particular calculation. So first variable I will pass it as that win matches. So win is equal to the matches won, right? So these are the won matches, that is nothing but win matches. And where I will just pass one more variable, that is no result, that is nr, which is equal to no result matches, right? And these are the won matches, right? So make sure it is in this way. These are the matches won, these are the no result matches. And next I will just return, okay, we have to return that each win match will have 2 points, as I told you. So it will be what? Win, okay, win into 2, right? So it will have 2 points for win into 2 plus 1 point for no result. So we will take no result as it is, right? So this will be 1 point, it will be automatically taken, and this will be win for, if it is won, then it will given 2 points, right? And now we'll bring total points over here. So here is the total points, and you can see that these are the total points which are there, right? So I'll just filter it on total points. So Punjab, Rajasthan, RCB, Gujarat, Mumbai, likewise, and all the total points you can see, right? Because here you can there is a no result. So 9 matches won, 9 into 2, 18, and 1 is of no result. Similarly here as well. There as well 7 matches won, that is 7 into 2, 14, and 1 was of no result, right? So in this way, how you find out all this. Now we will do some changes in this, and we'll just quickly format all this entire table. So just select this, go over here, totals, we don't want to see totals over here. In values, we'll make it as you semi bold, and we'll make it as 14, right? And here we'll change this now, right? So as per our this, here we will identify those, that is how many are, what is the name, that is nothing but here we'll name it as logo, here we'll name it as team name, right? And this will be, we'll make it as in short form as played, that is PLD. Then we'll make it as, this will make it as won itself, right? This will be won, this will be lost, and this will make it as NR, that is nothing but no result. This will make it as only tie, and here we'll make it as total points. If we'll keep it as it is, right? Reduce it likewise. And now we'll do some formattings more over here, right? And let's come over here. Now let's go to column header. We'll also make this also 14. We'll make it as semi bold. Okay, in values first, the alternative background color, we'll keep it as this only, white only, right? And in column headers, the background color we will give to this column headers, that is this, and we'll make text color as white, right? So it will be visible properly for us, right? Next thing, not required anything to do much. We can increase the logo size, right? Just for a specific column, we'll increase the image size, right? The height will make it as, let's say 55. Yeah, 55 is fine, right? And now we will adjust these columns properly, make it as even. All right. So this is our points table, which is there over here. And I'll just copy the name from here now. Control C, Control V. Oops. And name is as points table. Perfect. right? So this is the points table, and there is one flaw in this particular table, guys. I will tell you what. So it's a data issue actually. Whoever want to correct this data and work on this for all the seasons, I would appreciate and share the new data with us, right? So first what I will do, here you can see the, let's say I'll just select all for here. You can see in match type we have this eliminator and all those things. So if you just only see eliminator, and we'll just identify this, right? So you can see we have this information only for 2025, right? So this eliminator and all those things, right? We don't have this information for all other seasons. And because of that, if you change this to 2024, here you will see that the matches played somewhere are 16, somewhere are 15, which is not the case, right? Always remember, matches played will always be 14 only, right? And here you are getting 15 and 16. Why? Because these teams have played qualifier as well and they have played a final as well. And that's the reason the number of the matches played are increased over here. And this is because we don't have the information of what uh, the match type, right? So the match type, we only have this eliminator, final, and qualifier information of 2025 only. If you want to go ahead and add it for all other seasons, you can do it. You can download the data and you can resend me the correct data. I would appreciate that. But this right now is only working for 2025 because it is a data issue, and I have not uh, done those particular data issue. I have not solved it. So I'm telling you at this moment only. So if anyone would like to step up and work on those data issues, I would appreciate it very much, right? And obviously I will give you a shout out in comment section, and I will pin your comment also, right? So values, I will just specific column, you can go over here, or not required also, right? So if I go to team name, if I go to played, you can just make it at center if you want, right? Won, I will make it as center. Lost, make it the center. No result, center. Tie will bring the center, and total points will make it a center, right? And logos will just keep it at left extreme, right? So this is how this particular is created. Now next is very simple things are remaining. We just have to add few logos, few links over here. I will just add one or two. I will ask you to create or add all other things. This total force logo over here, total 6 logos, this smaller logos on each and every KPI. That is very easy. You can apply it on your own. I will add the links in the description box from where you can download all those images, right? Similar way, the background here we have to also add that, but I don't think so that is a very big one, but I will still add it for you, right? I will tell you how to add it. All right, guys, so now we will add the images and backgrounds that we need to add. So for that, I will add the first season backgrounds. I will just take it away for a bit, and I will go in insert, I will go in images, and I will add this blue image, right? And I will go in general, and in properties I will choose the height for this as 133, and the width I will choose it as 320. Okay, so this will be the height and width for me, and I will bring it at center. And now bring this season, sorry, so just take this season filter and bring it over here. All right, and we'll do some formatting. So first go in format, I will just send to back, and then select this filter, and we'll do some formatting. So slicer header, we will choose it as season. Okay, and we'll general, in effects we'll turn off the background first and come back to visual, and this will make it as white, and we'll make it as not underlined, we'll make it as semi bold, and we'll increase its size, right? 15. And the values, so for values we'll also make this as white, but you can see the background is also white. So for that we'll change the background, and we'll make the background as, let's say, blue. Okay, and now you can see the background is now blue for us. All right, so in this way we have added our slicer as well. All right, guys, now next we'll add the next images and all other things. So I'll just click on image, and I will add the logo of our Indian Premier League, and we'll just place it over here. I'll make it a bit smaller. Okay. So this is our Indian Premier League logo. And one more thing that I will add, that is this here we will add one calculation where it will help us to understand like which season we are right now seeing the data of, right? So for that, I'll just right click. I will create a new measure. I will name it as season. I will name it as IPL season. Okay. And just I will use selected value and the season, right? So whatever season we are selecting, that will be, you know, used in this particular calculation. And just hit OK. And I will use this particular new card and I will bring that season or IPL season. Okay, so this is the IPL season and we'll do some formattings on this now. Come over here, go in general, in effect we will turn off the backgrounds in visual. In category value, I will make this as 50 bold and I will make it as, let's say, yellow. Okay, yeah. And category label, I will make it as this and I will increase it to 15. Okay. So this is our IPL season. So whichever IPL season you will be choosing over here, it will be selected over here, right? So it will give us an idea that which IPL seasons data we are seeing. Right. Then next we will add few, uh, you know, images or we can say some buttons over here to help us understand what we are actually looking at. So I'll go in insert and I will just click on button and I'll just select blank one. Okay. And I will just go in action or I'll just go in style and I will turn on the text and I will name it as IPL.com. Okay, let's see what I have added. It's IPLT20.com. Okay, IPLT20.com and I will make it as white, Sejo semi bold and bring it over here and I will increase its size 15, let's say. All right, and I will go now in insert image and here you can see I will try to add let's say this logo again. Yeah, reduce it, bring it over here. Okay, and now just select this button. Okay, first select this button, go to general effects and button first style. We have to turn its border. Okay, just turn off its border. And now I will just go in here and I will just find the IPL 2020 website. So now just copy this website. Okay, then come to action, turn on the action, right? And it will be working as a web URL for me and just paste that web URL over here, right? And done, right? So as soon as I press your control and then click over here, as soon as you do this, the action will be activated. So for that, action is web URL and tooltip we don't want. Okay, so now let's see if this button works. Yeah, it's working, right? So in this way, the button is working. Similar way, you can add others also. You can add the Twitter also, right? So let's say I will just help you add Twitter. I will just go in image and we'll add Twitter from here. Okay, I will reduce its size and bring it over here, right? And I will just copy this text, Control C, Control V. Okay, and I will name it as what? Twitter. Okay, and I will just change it action. For style, I will name it as Twitter. Okay, and now we have to find its IPL Twitter accounts link. Okay, so this is its Twitter. So I'll just copy this and in action I will paste that URL over here. Control V. Control C, Control V. Okay, done. and bring it proper over here. And now when I will just click on this, it should take me to the Twitter. Okay, so just select this, go to general. Let's say action is off. I will turn on its web URL. Okay, this is working. Okay, yeah, this is also working. This URL is also working. All right, so it will take me to this. And in similar way, I will ask you to find the links for Facebook, Instagram, ESPN Cricket, Crickbuzz, and YouTube also, right? So in this way, you can all add those other images also. The procedure is same. The images are already added. You can find the images in image folder from here. You can use all those other images also, and you can use your own whatever you want, the different links that you have to add. So in this way, we have created this entire dashboard, guys, and it was a bit advanced dashboard. I hope you like this video, and obviously if have just comment out, give me some suggestions if there are any logic changes required and all other things, right? So I will see you in the next one, guys, and till then just go ahead and like this video and subscribe the channel as well, and see you in the next one. Thank you, guys.